Good evening. All right, let's do this. Quick sound check and we'll get going here. Hope you all are doing great this evening. I'm in a good mood. It's going to be a good show. Let me just test the volume here. Trying to get a little bit closer to my microphone so I don't have to adjust later in edits. Sounds pretty good. If I don't sound good, let me know in the chat. I appreciate that. All right, let's go from there. Hey, Hoff here. Welcome to Hoffcast. We're going to have a great show tonight. I don't know what else to say. It's gonna be fun. It'll be a lot of fun. A lot of stuff to go over, too much to go over. I got to get my grounds here because there's so much going on. I had to choose. I had to choose through so much this week. Even today, going through the news, things I wanted to talk about, things I didn't want, because I only got so much time. I mean, I can go on forever, I guess, but I got to fall asleep sometime. You know what I mean? I got to eat. And so right now I'm just trying to find the things that I think are important for Hoffcast. Let me adjust the camera real quick here. There we go. There, that's the look. Cheers to all you bosses out there watching. I appreciate you. So, first things first, let's do this. Hoffcast.com. Hoffcast.com. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my website here. This is the way I can communicate with you. Look, it says right there in the corner. Let me know if you have any questions. This is the banner up here. I go through this every week if you don't watch, but I'm going to go through it every week. This Hoff Direct right here for right now is, I'm excited about this on Thursday, episode number 25. I'll be featuring a guest, a very, very great guy, hilarious guy, very insightful, very smart. I'll be having real cosmology on my show, and I can't wait for it. That's going to be a heck of a talk there, me and that guy. I get a lot of questions for him. I told him to bring his A game to Hoffcast. It's going to be right here on Hoffcast on this channel. You'll see the link. I think the link's already up for it. I believe but that will be this week's live stream, which I will show you in this next segment. This part right here, which is what you're watching right now. If you're watching live, this part will be set up with the episode 25 with Real Cosmology tomorrow. So you can watch that on Thursday. That's going to be a fun time. Hoffcast.com here, exclusive videos. And by the way, I have really exciting news. Speaking of exclusive Hoffcast videos, I try to always push my BitChute channel, because I do have a lot of stuff on there, including my most viewed video of all time that I don't have on. It's still on YouTube, but I have it private because I was afraid it would get me in trouble. My Tom Hanks video, that video went viral, but I don't want to have it. It is on BitChute. And here's some great news for any of you who watch my BitChute. You remember episode number 20? Maybe not, because it doesn't exist on this platform anymore. Episode 20 got taken down. I got a Steel Reich one. All right. And I found out while I was setting up for tonight in the StreamYard that I still have episode 20 in there. This is awesome that I still have episode 20, and I'm going to upload that to BitChute hopefully tonight or probably tomorrow, depending on what happens. But that was a great episode, and I was so upset that it was taken down due to MedMis. You know what I'm saying? LaSween, hey, what's up, bud? How you doing? Hope you're doing well tonight, man. And I would like to have you on, as we've spoken many times about, for a Hoffcast interview, because that would be a lot of fun too. We seek, we find. I don't think I'm familiar with you, but good to have you here. Thank you for watching that. So let's get on. Let me get through the rest of this here. The Hoffcast.com. Hoff News. I don't update that enough. I apologize. or this part, the real truth. I'm going to try to do better at that. Hoff tunes, like I said, I'm working on music sometimes. Hoff quote, I haven't changed that. I'm really just, the main part of this is being able to communicate with you this kind of stuff right here. This week's live stream and the Hoff Direct, where I can tell you what is happening in the world of Hoff. So if I do get taken down or something like that, I'll let you know there, and I'll be able to provide you with other ways to get a hold of me. Speaking of connect with Hoffcast, there's Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. So like I said, I don't use the social medias too much. I rarely ever post, if ever. But if you want to contact me through DMs or something like that, we do something like that. I do check that sort of thing. I don't like social media. I already talked about this. It's a waste of my time. Sometimes I'll read a couple things, but I want to spend more than like 2 minutes on there. Unless I see a good video that I want to watch or whatever, but it's not really for old Hoff here, So welcome. We're getting warmed up right here. The Swing says 20 lives. All right. Let's start out with just like I said, I like to warm up into my shows. That's just the way Hoff rolls. I can't just go right out the gate. Maybe one day I will. Maybe one day I'll just be banging. I'm just right out the gate with this stuff. But I like to warm up. I like to set a good mood, because I'm in a good mood. I'm in a good mood tonight, all you bosses. Make sure. By the way, while I'm still kind of plugging, make sure if you like Hoffcast, give me a like. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? It's free. Hoffcast is free. He does a lot of work all week for you. Just do me the favor. The like button helps me out. It helps me out so much. So let's start out with just some fun stuff here. Let's watch some Snow Dogs for a minute. Get warmed up. I appreciate you all. So look at this guy. That guy. Dogs are the best, and I got like I said, my dog is half husky.
I'm swimming.
So she loves the snow. I hate the snow. I'm not a snow guy, but I got a snow dog.
Where is it? Where's Big Boy?
The Swing Machine says, I am currently collecting eggs for Tyson Chicken's Franken chicken growth hormone abominations. Sounds like a fun endeavor, bud.
Come on,
look
Monkey.
at that.
Let's go.
Look at that little corgi.
Monkey.
No, that's a corgi,
Monkey.
not a monkey. Slade doesn't even know we're animals. You start right under that thing. Yeah, he can barely make it.
Oh, he's all about trails.
Oh, don't get near that thing. Whoa, okay, or do. Loves it.
Go get your ball.
Hey, can someone help me here?
Go get your ball.
Oh crap!
There he goes.
Oh, they just want to ride, man. They just want, hey, you going? I'm going with you. I love dogs. I'm sorry. I love dogs. They're best on the planet. Who doesn't love a puppy dog? You're evil if you don't love a puppy dog. Look at that thing. Oh, it's so cute. All right. Anyways, enough of that. Let's get into let's start rolling into things here. Let's see what we got. Let's do the real news here.
Oh, that's wonderful that you have a 2-year-old.
Well,
have a Merry Christmas. Have a wonderful Christmas.
and by the way, you guys have to be in bed by 9 o'clock, and asleep between 9 and 12, or he doesn't show up.
This isn't to you, Jared. This is to the kids.
That's right.
Not you, Jared.
Well, I hope you have a wonderful
Shut
Christmas.
up, Jared.
Yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas as well.
Oh,
Merry
thank you.
Christmas, and let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon. I
Yeah.
agree. Hey, by the way, where are you in Oregon? Where's your home? I think we lost him.
All right, we did it. Got that out of the way. Let's take a look at this. I got a couple like more. Let's start out a little bit more fun here. Look at this thing. This is a massive 1,000-pound bluefin tuna. Was caught off the coast of New Hampshire. Imagine. This is from Disclosure Screen. Imagine the casserole you can make with this thing. Holy crap! That don't even look real. That's crazy. Like Jaws. I'm surprised the boat didn't tip over. 1,000 pounds. Dang, look at that thing. I don't know a darn thing about buoyancy, but not a sailor. Hoff here's not a sailor. She's so happy about it. Yes, victory. We got the big fish. We're eating tuna for the next 5 years. I'm gonna sell casseroles. That's how we're gonna get through these trying times. Hope you all are doing good tonight. What else we got here? Let's see. Like I said, I got a lot to go over tonight. We're just easing into things here, just easing in a little bit. Let's do some Babylon Bee stuff. Some jokes. Look at this one. Well, this is a satire, by the way. I always say that. I have to say that. Platform, Babylon Bee. You heard about the Whoopi Goldberg stuff, right? How she was saying nonsense about the stuff that happened during the wars, and that it wasn't about the way people looked, I guess, or something like that, or I don't know. She said the wrong thing. I know what she said. I'm not trying to repeat that crap. She's an idiot. And this says, Whoopi Goldberg says, Order 66 wasn't about the Jedi. That is hilarious. By the way, Whoopi Goldberg could be a Star Wars character now. She could play Jabba the. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. No, actually I don't. F her, dude. She's a freaking idiot. Race baiter. Whoopi Goldberg is in hot water once again after claiming that Emperor Palpatine's controversial Order 66, which instructed his clone troopers to murder all the Jedi in the galaxy, wasn't about the Jedi. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Star Wars, but Order 66 was all about wiping out the Jedi. That's exactly what it was. She says, quote, satire. The Jedi claim they're oppressed, but it wasn't about their religion. It's just, it's about hatred and ethnicity dispute is all. It didn't have anything to do with their being Jedi and Palpatine wanting to wipe them out or anything like that. That's a common misconception. That's misinformation. According to Goldberg, Order 66 was a complex executive order and came about due to a variety of factors, from supply chain shortages affecting power converter availability at the Tashi station to boring trade disputes on Naboo. But no matter what the actual cause, Goldberg was insistent that the wiping out of all the Jedi, it wasn't about the Jedi. Had nothing to do with that. She says, we got to get that out of our heads. Did I ever tell you the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? Palpatine has spoken up about Goldberg's suspension, saying, it's ironic. That's funny stuff right there. As a Star Wars guy, that's funny to me. Real Cosmology, what's up? What's up, bud? Yeah, I'm really excited for our show. I don't know if you were here earlier in the stream, the beginning part. I was plugging hard. I'm gonna plug that on the channel. That thumbnail looks or on the website Hoffcast.com, and I was plugging that on there, and I love the thumbnail you made, man. It's so awesome. I'm so excited for Thursday. It's gonna be a great show. 8 p.m. this Thursday, Eastern Standard Time. He wants a wrench. I'll get you a wrench, man. I'll get you a wrench. Of course, I don't. I'll get you a wrench right now, bud. You deserve one, my guy. By the way, I don't know if I'm going to show it tonight, but I saw your video a little while ago. The honking video. He did a hilarious video. Real Cosmology did of. I mean, you just got to see it. Go to his channel and watch it. It is great. I laughed out loud many times. So cheers to Real Cosmology. The Swinging Machine said that Whoopi shipment. He said Whoopi the Hut. I know that was a low blow. I know I shouldn't have went there. But I don't regret it. You're all thinking it, you know. I might as well say it. Look at this one. Once again, we're gonna go through the Babylon Bee articles. Like I said, satire. Nation furious at man who shared MedMis and said the N-word. You're expecting Joe Rogan. It's got Brandon right there. Millions of people around the world are calling for the immediate removal and deplatforming of Joe Brandon after investigators uncovered his troubling history of sharing deadly MedMis and saying the N-word constantly. There are literally hours of tape of Brandon making the most disgusting statements and sharing dangerous myths, such as face diapers don't work. He even said the N-word at Clarence Thomas's confirmation hearing. Said Frederick Dinglefleet. He's a real guy. President of the Southern Poverty Law Center. We're honestly not sure how we didn't catch this before. When asked for a comment, Brandon said, wear a face diaper because they work. And if you don't wear one, then you ain't a N-word. Wow. It is ironic, right? So it's what's happening. What's going on right now in the world, you know? Just it's total inversion. Talking about misinformation, misconceptions all around, just total inversion of everything. What else we got going on here tonight? Let's see. Let's check it out. Got another one here. Turdeau orders all geese rounded up and shot for honking in solidarity with truckers. Oh no. Look at that picture. Oh, you got the Mounties, you got the geese, and they got the blindfolds on. Yeah, heaven forbid. Don't honk, for the love of... Just don't honk. No. Satire once again. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau signed an executive order on Friday. I said his name. Authorizing the Canadian Mounted Police to have all Greece rounded up and shot for honking in solidarity with truckers. The Freedom Convoy of truckers has been a thorn in the tyrannical Canadian government's side since January 29th, but Turdeau and his cabinet are confident that annihilating avian support will demoralize the truckers and send them packing. Mounties began chasing geese on Saturday, following them around with burlap sacks and wacky oversized nets. Captured geese are being blindfolded, lined up, and shot. Sometimes, in mid-honk. You hate to see it. We now view the Canada goose as an enemy of the state, says Turdeau. In a statement over Zoom, if you see something, say something. We must end this fascist honking once and for all. Turdeau, visibly shaken by honking geese, claims the attack on his tyranny has exacerbated his fake Corf diagnosis. I may never be able to meet with the truckers face to face, Turdeau says, and it's all because of these hateful geese, not because I'm afraid. He's not afraid, of course not. He said, Minister of Health echoed sentiments, said trucks honk, fascists honk, geese honk. He said, get it? It adds up. Oh, there's poor Geese. Save the geese. Save the geese. Gorf Patrol, hello. How are you doing tonight? He says, they say, ban everything that doesn't fit the regime. Every word. That's what they're doing. That's I experienced it. I experienced that personally. Cheers to you. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for watching. Thank you all for watching, all you bosses here tonight. Francis Sage, hey, yo. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope you're doing good tonight. And we got another one here while we're still in the same kind of realm. By the way, feel free to participate in the chat as much as you want. I love reading the chat. I love having the conversation. That's why I do this. I mean, I got to sit here and talk to myself all day if I wanted to. I mean, I do that anyway. Talk to my dog. Sometimes she talks back. Not since the last hit of acid, though. Funny how that works. Let's see. This one also Babylon B. Did I make that clear? Turdeau demands protesters stop shutting down city so that he can shut down city. Oh my gosh. This one says, after emerging from his top secret underground hiding hole, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Turdeau gave a fiery speech before the House of Commons. In it, he demanded truckers stop shutting down the city in order to give the government room to shut down the city instead. Let me be clear, said the frail little socialist girl claiming to be Turdeau. I want to know who writes these articles. I do. They're genius. Shutting down roads, limiting people's movement, restricting people's freedom, and shutting down the city is unacceptable. It's the government's job to do that. We must break the back of this fascist blockade so that I may freely shut down roads, limit people's movement, restrict people's freedom, and shut down the city. Turdeau then dropped his mic and tried to exit the building, but got stuck trying to push on a door that said pull. Upon hearing his statement, several dozen people in Ottawa's House of Commons in the National Capitol building of Cuba stood to their feet and cheered. Trudeau is promising to give the people more of what they want if the Freedom Convoy is defeated. I promise you more rules, more forced knocks, and more firings. Science, said the Prime Minister before slipping on a banana peel and falling face first down the stairs. Well, at least he fell down the stairs and not up the stairs like Brandon. When reached for comment, truckers released an official statement. Honk, 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 bitch. Shane, what's up, man? How are you doing tonight? Yeah, got a lot to go over. We're just getting started here on Hoffcast. I'm glad you're here, bud. Shane says Canada is a joke, along with that loser Turdeau. Canada, wasn't always a joke. I think Canada's a beautiful place. I think there's great people in Canada. The regime there is absolutely it's unbelievably insane what they're enforcing with these restrictions and mandates and censorship of everything and just like what's going on with these truckers. I feel bad for them. They had the whole GoFundMe thing, which I might touch on a little bit later, where like $10 million was donated to these people, and GoFundMe was like, we're going to keep it. We're going to donate to charities that we want to donate to. And we probably got a little bit of, we got our foot in those doors as well. So it's just going to come back around, baby. Allegedly. There's a lot of good things to come out of Canada. There's a lot of bad things to come out of Canada. I like hockey. Huge fan of hockey. I was watching the Blue Jackets game here, but it looks like my app went out. I love the band Rush. They're Canadian. I like Trailer Park Boys. A lot of good things come out of Canada. Then you got bad things coming out of Canada, like Justin Bieber. Good things like poutine. I like poutine. Pierogi. Is pierogies a Canadian thing? That's more a Polish thing, right? But yeah, Canada's got its ups and downs. I hope they don't continue to re-elect this Turdeau guy. Shane says they're taking the fuel away from the truckers. I saw that, man. That is insane. they're trying to, they're really just, like I say, they got their hands around their throats, just getting tighter and tighter, and they want them to give up. I hope these guys don't give up. I hope this changes something, because we need change right now. We definitely need change in this world. These guys are doing it. Of course, who would have thought it would have been truckers? I mean, it would have been a fair prediction. You know, I would have put my money on them if there was out of a pool of them and, like, you know, other groups of people, like, say, pool cleaners or people who own dry cleaners, or anyone who cleans anything. I guess I would take the truckers. But yeah, I totally support these guys. They're trying to make it out into this real big, like, it's not, they're trying to, as they always do, the mainstream media, they try to make something else out of something that was. So they want to use all the bad examples and reinforce that in order to make it look bad, even though we all know the truth. We all know the truth. These guys just want to work, and they don't want crap in their bodies that they didn't ask for. You know, a lot of us are like that, and nothing wrong if you do, but you know, I'm not for that necessarily. The rules and mandates and whatnot. So we talked some jokes for a little bit here. Talk some jokes a little bit. Let's see what we got on the docket here. Now we're gonna. Shane says that's why it's a joke now. It wasn't until recently. Yeah, you're right. Canada. Yeah. You know, I guess South Park used to do the song "Blame Canada." So it was in the movie, right? Bigger, longer, and uncut. Real Cosmology says it was always a joke. Anyone who thinks driving to an old building and honking at it while stifling the plane chimes will make them free, they probably should not be driving a truck. So I see Real Cosmology does not. I don't know if he agrees or not. I don't know. It's kind of a vague opinion there. But I did see your honking video, so I think you're I think you're on the side. Maybe not. Maybe that was satire. Interesting comment, though, for sure. Maybe you can clarify. If you think these truckers are idiots, let me know in the chat. Or if you're for the truckers, let me know in the chat. Because that to me, I didn't quite get it. But I appreciate the comment. But maybe of course I'm not the smartest guy in the world, so you know, you can blame me too. That's for sure. So let's see what else is on the docket here, because we got a lot here. Okay, so do we want to get into this? We want to get into that. Okay, so Real Cosmology says the truckers are a psyop, in his opinion. Well, I mean, that's your opinion, man. I don't necessarily agree with that. A lot of things are psyops for sure. Maybe parts of them are. Maybe we'll talk about that more on Thursday. But I'd like to hear more about what you think on that for sure, man. But I'm not here to debate you on Thursday either. I just want to say that straight up. I want to hear your opinions. But so here we go. This one. This was Stacey Abrams. She said, "You see this picture right here?" Oh no, an ad. Oh, ruined it all. Stacey Abrams slammed for maskless photo surrounded by masked kids. Wow. Speaking of huts. What a terrible person. We got just face diaper of these kids up, you know, even though they're not allegedly susceptible or anything. But me, you gotta show my mug though. I can't hide mine. It's a photo op. I gotta have people know who I am, because this is a photo op for me, not for the kids. So you got to show my face. I'm not going to wear it, even though I'm the most susceptible, probably more than most people, to this, or more than anyone in the room. The hypocrisy is insane. Absolutely insane. Look at her smiling. Oh, that dumbass smile on her face. And people support this lady, or allegedly. I don't know. I don't know anyone who does personally. It says Democratic star and Georgia gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams has sparked outrage after tweeting a photo of herself posing indoors with face diapered students without wearing one herself. Abrams, 48. I thought she was 65. Joins many of her Democratic peers, including California Governor Gavin Newsom, that fuckface, and San Francisco Mayor London Breed. Is that a real name? That sounds like a fake name. Who have been seen gallivanting indoors without face diapers despite supporting strict rules. Excuse me. The former state minority leader initially tweeted the photo herself. Of course she did. At Glenwood Elementary School in Atlanta, writing, spending time with Glenwood's amazing students, faculty, and staff ranks as spectacular, delightful, and outstanding. Not only were the pictured students wearing them, but all the adults in the room also appeared to be. Abrams' tweet was later taken down. I wonder by who, probably the same person who posted it. But users posted pics of poll answering questions sans face diapers during a Q&A, blah, blah, blah. Abrams, who was jabbed and has been a vocal supporter of mandates, of course. Editor of the National Review, Rich Lowry, good last name, joked on Twitter that Abrams is a member of the Democratic elite in good standing. Face diaper hypocrisy is practically a status symbol now. It's like a boot in your face. It's like, know your place. I don't got to do it, but you got to do it. Know your place. And these kids now, don't mess with the kids, man. Don't mess with the kids. It's such a bad look. How do you not know? How do you not know that this is not a good look right here? How can you be this stupid? How can anyone and evil and to be like rules for thee, not for me? Of course, that old phrase. It's because I just don't understand. Like, how can you sit there and smile in front of a camera, in front of all the kids? By the way, all the kids behind her, you know, she can't be in the back or nothing. She's got to be right there up front. That dumbass fucking grin on her face, acting like she's doing something good. Man, fuck this Jabba the Hutt right here, dude. What a problem with corruption of the world right now. It is insane. Am I still here? Yeah, there we go. Sorry, that took a minute to drop off there because I got so many tabs up. I'm freezing up here a little bit. The more we get through it, though, the smoother it'll run because I'm going to get through all these tabs and then the internet because I guess my internet sucks even though I'm hardwired. Thank you all for watching tonight. If you're enjoying the show, if you like the show, please give me the old thumbs up and subscribe. I always appreciate that. I do. It really helps me out a lot more than you know. And Hoffcast, let me tell you, baby, bosses out there, we're going places. Hoffcast going. We're getting more bosses all the time. A lot more people watching. I welcome them all. Love them all. You all are great people. Let's get the chat for a minute here. Real says any real trucker knows that staying home would work better and they would not be feeding big oil. Well, I don't can't argue with that. I don't know any real truckers. I don't talk to any real truckers too much. But I'm guessing that's a fair statement. LaSween says, "Bum bum bum." another hut old as dust. Can't think straight. Hut from the shore. And another one down, another one hut collecting dust. I think I was supposed to sing that. Bum bum bum. Another hut old as dust. Bum bum bum. Another hut old as dust. Can't think straight. But I can't do it, dude. I can't do it. I'm not that talented. I'm not Crumb over here. I'm like, I can't do it. No, Weird Al, dude. Another one rides the bus. I got the joke, though, and I liked it. Sween says, completely about authority. Fluoride must be strong there. It definitely is here where I am. If you couldn't tell. I'm trying not to be dumb tonight, guys. I'm just in a good mood. I'm glad you're here. Having a great time. I look forward to Tuesday nights more than any night of my week, to be honest with you. I love doing Hoffcast. I love talking to you all. It's just a really fun time. I do it for me. I did it for myself. No. Oh, holy crap. Did you guys see this video? I don't even know if I can play this, but I'm not going to read anything. I'm just going to play the video. I'm not going to read anything. But this is New York City's new mayor. What's his name? Eric Adams, something like that. Eric Adams. I'm not gonna read any of this. I'm just gonna play this, and it's gonna be funny.
Police department, I kicked those crackers' ass, man. I was unbelievable in the police department when you keep 100 black law enforcement. Came a sergeant, a lieutenant, and a captain. You know the story. Some people all of a sudden trying to reinvent me, but the reality is, what I was then is who I am now. I'm called again. So it's so interesting. I'm coming right after the sister talking about cannabis. I would rather wear white all day, grow a beard, smoke some weed, and leave this stuff alone. You hear me? Man, these Negroes, boy, these Negroes that wake up every day and don't like themselves, they're going to beat me up. The people who say, where's our real black leaders? They're going to say, listen, who's Eric? You know, why does Eric think he should be mayor? Well, Negro, you run. You run. Go raise this $7 million. You know, go do this hits. Let me tell you something, man. They are lining up. Eric can't be mayor. In the corners of the city, they are lining up. They know me. They know.
Wow. There's a lot to unpack right there, and I don't think I personally want to unpack a whole lot of it because Hoff here doesn't like to get into that sort of thing. On one hand, I respect the guy for being like, I'm the same guy I've always been. I'm going to say the same stuff. I'm going to keep smoking the ganj, and that's the way it is, blah, blah, blah. On the other hand, I'm like, dude, you're a leader now at this point. I don't know if you should be talking like this. Like, I don't know. I'm not offended by what he said personally about you know, whatever he did coming up through the ranks or any other people. You know, I'm not offended. Maybe some people would be. I'm not, but I'm just like taken aback by the guy's. I don't know. I ballsiness. I don't know. It's very ballsy, I guess. We'll see how it turns out for him. I don't think this guy's too smart. I'm gonna say that right now. I don't know if this guy's gonna be a good leader. It's probably just another puppet put in there, another fake guy. I imagine everything he just said was a lie, just in my own personal opinion. So yeah, and we'll keep an eye on this guy because you can't trust any of these New York City mayors, in my opinion. You know, they're working for a very, very certain lib area, you know, very left leaning. So they got to play the game. It's all about, they're told what to do, allegedly. Pop Culture PB, what's up, my guy? Love seeing you around, man. Says, good evening, Hoff. I just started listening, but also start making dinner. Well, make your dinner, dude. Have your dinner if you're hungry. Let me know what you're having. If you can, send some my way. Real says, oh, okay. I'm sorry. I will I'm sorry. All right. Well, don't mess with me like that then, all right? I'll bring Barb back, all right? Just don't mess with me like that. I'm glad you get what I'm saying though. So I apologize for that. Let me see if I can get her back on here. You got to understand why I'm pretty I put my defenses up very high when it comes to this channel because of the crap that I went through recently. So I apologize. Barb, you're back. you're back. I apologize for that. If you don't know what's going on, maybe Real Cosmology could explain it to you. But yeah, do apologize. Hope you understand. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I thought, okay, have explain it. It's a big deal. Or watch my last stream, I guess, or one of those. I kind of explained it on there, but it's not. I don't really want to get into that right now. Hopefully, that's done and over with, and we can move on. And I do apologize, Barb. I'm glad Real Cosmology knew why I blocked though. Good call on that, man. Good call. Listening Machine says blatant obvious. Talking about this here, I believe. Societal hypocrisies almost always leads to catastrophe. He's just talking in vague and just in general right here. If only we judged by character rather than color. Who said that? That sounds familiar. Would have not for intervention from culture creation 2010 onward. I've been hearing people say, remember when Harambe got shot? That's when the world changed, the world ended, and we slipped into the matrix. And we're now living in the simulation, or the whole world ended there, and now we're just in this weird offshoot tangent of the timeline. It was all about Harambe. That was the catalyst that caused the downfall of the universe as we know it. If you don't know who Harambe is, he got shot in the Cincinnati Zoo there years back, and that's when it ended. Not 2012. Not 2012. Barb says I was there. I'm sorry. I multiple accounts. You never know with people. You never know with people. Thank you all for watching Hoffcast tonight. We got a lot more to do. We got so much to do. We're already 45 minutes in. We're cooking. Now we're cooking right now. This one, I'm gonna show this. I don't think I'm gonna read any. I'm gonna be very careful with what I read here. But I found this to be amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I'm not gonna share the video because I watched the video. There's too many words in the video that can get me in trouble. But this headline says, as hell freezes over, mainstream media actually reports a young 24-year-old passing from the... Well, here, I'm just going to highlight it. You read it yourself. Right there. I'm not reading that. I'm not finishing that sentence on here. I'm already... Steve Reich one. It says, Yahoo News and other outlets have reported the story about a young man in New York suddenly passing of myocard... blah, 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 after receiving his inoculation. The media outlets described it as a rare complication from Corv jab turned deadly for the Watts family of Lockwood in upstate New York. Can you believe this? This is huge news right here. This is huge freaking news. This is like the first time they've admitted it ever. That the news has actually said, hey, a young person passed from this. And it's like, that's what we're saying it is. Are the turntables turning or what's going on? I don't know what's happening. You seeing the numbers going down on the news every day. They're on the news. They're like, this is the lowest number or percentage of cases we've had in a year. I'm seeing that where I live anyway. I don't know if that's worldwide or nationwide or anything, but it's definitely what I'm seeing here where I live. And I'm seeing this trend happening. I'm telling you, the next thing that's coming is that digital pandemic. You got to watch out for that. They're going to shut down the internet, the phones. They're going to shut down the 5G, shut down the power, and then it's really going to get wild there. Klaus Schwab said it himself. He said, "Do you think the core plan was rough?" Well, you ain't seen nothing until it comes to a digital plan. Damn. So we got that to look forward to after all this dies off. But anyways, this is extremely sad. I'm not trying to say, I'm just amazed. This is extremely sad. So, of course, if you follow the VAERS reporting system, which is run by the SEED, you will see nearly 2 million serious adverse issues so far and well over 20K passings. And that's just the ones that are reported and verified. It says in this article, because he wanted to take his classes in person, George Jr. needed to be fully jabbed. He scheduled his appointment and received his first in August and his second in September. His parents said he chose the Viagra jab, that's what we'll call it, because they thought it was recently fully approved by the EFT, which of course it was not. Well, that's interesting. After his first one, George experienced complications, which he chose to keep to himself. According to his parents, blood was in his urine after the first. Then he received a second in mid-September, where he experienced flu-like issues that did not resolve. His dad said, "I noticed he was starting to get puffy in the face like a sinus issue. He had a cough, and I decided to take him to the ER to see what was going on." According to the autopsy, they went to the ER in October hoping for answers. He complained of several symptoms, but none that were cardiac related. According to the report, after a workup and a negative test, doctors diagnosed him with a sinus infection and prescribed antibiotics. The family was told his infection should resolve in a week or two. George Jr. was still feeling sick a week later, so they went back to the ER. He presented with similar symptoms. According to the coroner's office, and doctors advised that the sinus infection could take extra time to go away. By the end of October, his symptoms were worse. He began coughing up blood, experienced pain in his feet, hands, and teeth. And he also became extremely sensitive to sunlight. Wow. And then the unthinkable happened. He collapsed in his room on October 27th and was pronounced passed later that morning. His dad described him as healthy, saying he had no underlying medical issues. He died from the myocard, is what they're saying. That's sad. I'm sorry to bring it down. I'm just trying to tell you guys. Hopefully, reading that doesn't get me in trouble. You know, if I don't get steal right too. I just couldn't believe that if the mainstream's breaking it out, why can't I? You know, it seems like fair game. Am I wrong? Seems like fair game. If they can say it, can I not say it? I know I can't. That's just that's the way they treat people like me and a lot of people on here. But it's the way it is. So, gotta bend my words. You all know that. I gotta watch what I say. Fifth 90, what's up, man? I'm glad you're back. I thought someone banned you or something. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're doing well. Always happy to see you here on Hoffcast. So if you never contacted me about the issues, but I hope they're resolved and everything's cool now, man. LaSween says Harambe was the straw that broke the camel's back of the fabric of our dimension. That's what I believe. I mean, what kind of a good parent lets their kid just crawl into a gorilla cage? That's negligence. The parent should have been put down, not Harambe. The parent should have been put down. Marv says, get ready for a new psyop. Beeps. Yeah, there's going to be, there's going to be a lot of new psyop. I mean, you obviously know your son. A lot of psyops. He knows about the psyops for sure. All right, here. Let's keep this rolling here. Cheers to all you bosses watching tonight. Let's see, man. We got so much going on. I like to take my time, but I also like to get through stuff. You know what I mean? We'll try to make this one a little bit quicker. Watch this short video here. This is CCP. CCP robots inside the Beijing Winter Olympics. So this is how you get food in the Winter Olympics. This scares the hell out of me. Makes me think why we have all these mandates and stuff. Is it to push real people away and to bring in these robots to serve the elite or what? This is insane. Like, look at this stuff. It looks cool at first. Like, you see something like this and you're like, oh, that's cool. I want to use that. And then you think about the actual consequences that happen when you do these things, or even the events that led up to why we have these robots taking over the world now. It's damn Terminator, man. Damn Terminator 2. Oh, I'm gonna mute that. I don't know if that's like copyright or something. Get the stir fried rice. Mouth's dry. Look at this. You don't have to have anyone doing anything. It's just all robots. I mean, I guess someone have to oil the machines eventually, or do they have robots that oil the machines? Who oils the robots? Who oil the robots? Do they all just oil on each other? Is it just a big oil orgy for these robots? How do they? They scare the shit out of me. I'm not gonna lie. Robots scare the shit out of me, and I hate them. I'm scared of spiders, but robots scare the shit out of me even more. Because I can't squash a robot with my shoe. They can squash me with their fucking 10-ton arms. I don't trust a robot one bit. Get out of my house, you know. I had the one of those Google Homes. They sent it for free because I was a Spotify member. This is a couple years back. Sent me Google Home. I had that thing in my house for like 2 days. I threw it in the trash. It's weirded me out. It's not really a robot. That's more AI, I guess, than a robot. It doesn't have like moving parts or whatever. I threw that thing in the trash. No, screw this. I'm not doing no Siri, no Alexa, nothing like that. That's why I can say that, and my phone didn't pop on whenever I said those words, because I don't use that crap, dude. They're listening to you all the time. I'm already paranoid enough as it is. I need that. I don't need any more of that. Fifth. Well, take care of yourself, man. Take care of yourself for sure. Barb says, looking forward to your show on Thursday, but I have to watch a replay because you get home from work 7:30 Pacific. Well, hopefully it stays up. Me and Real Cosmology, we're gonna get in some real stuff, but I think we both know how to do the workarounds. And but really, it's gonna be a show about him. Honestly, I'm just excited to ask him a lot of questions and learning more about this guy who I think is he's a smart guy, good guy too, real funny. Got you, man. I'll be doing an after show tonight. I'll be doing an after show for sure. It might be a long show tonight. Not gonna lie to y'all. I might be in it for the long haul for quite a little bit here, but I will be doing an after show for sure. So what else we got going on here? I'm gonna get into the more long form stuff here in a little bit, but I just wanted to get through the shorter stuff first because I think that's funner, you know. Rapid fire right now. Oh, we got so much. Oh my gosh, I don't even know where to start. This is crazy. This one I guess I'll put up. Probably won't read most of this one either because can't, but it still kind of goes in line with things. This one, I don't like Bill Maher. I really don't. I guess I agree with some of the stuff that he says on occasion, but overall I think he's a slime ball. He's a media guy, you know. Can't trust him. He said some really dumb stuff, like I didn't like the stuff he said after Stan Lee passed away at all. I didn't like any of that. That kind of, and granted, you know, say what you will about comic books. You know, there's a lot of people out there who like them. I don't necessarily read comic books anymore, nor do I watch the superhero movies. Saw the new Spider-Man. It was pretty cool. I liked that one, but I hadn't seen any since like the Avengers. They follow the same story over and over. It's a formula, and you kind of know what's going to happen. Rarely do you get one that it doesn't. But this one says Bill Maher says some Corv miss has come from med industry. Well, see this guy, you know, even a blind squirrel gets a freaking acorn or whatever nut every now and then. It says Bill Maher has ripped the med end over its handling of the thing going on, arguing that a lot of Corv miss has actually, I can't even read any of this. I probably shouldn't even try. But anyways, yeah, it's funny that people, I guess the point I'm trying to make is that we're seeing people, even in like the regular media, waking up to this sort of thing. If not waking up, then they're being pushed to say these sort of things because they're trying to direct us that way. Because they got something else up their sleeve, I'm guessing. And who knows what else dirty tricks they got up their sleeves. Let me tell you, especially this guy, this slime ball, Bill Maher. I don't like him. I don't like the guy. Agree with him every now and then, but I really don't trust any of these people. So, trying to get rid of that tab right now. It's taking forever. There we go. This one kind of goes a little bit, I guess, a little bit with it as well. I don't know how much. I didn't really go through this article too much, and I apologize for that. I found this one interesting. Alleged President Brandon's top science advisor, Derek Lander, resigns over treatment of staff. Says he resigned on Monday after an internal review found credible evidence that he bullied and demeaned his staffers. I mean, we're living in cancel culture day and age now. Who knows what? Maybe he just said work harder. And I don't know. I don't trust these people though. I definitely don't trust that guy. This guy's definitely not. He doesn't. He's definitely not a barber. All right, we're gonna speed this up a little bit here. We're gonna keep going. We're keep rolling with this. I'm just waiting for these tabs to shut down. All right. Sometimes I look things up for the show, and I'm like, maybe I can put them up there. And then I start to read through them on the show. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's walking on thin ice right there. Let's watch this Asian lady have a meltdown at Walmart. This will be fun. Pees herself while screaming at staff. Now, watch your ears on this. I did watch this one. This viral video shows an Asian woman very upset at something no one quite knows what about. Who knows? It's hard to tell sometimes, you know. But she winds up herself so much, she pees all over the floor while screaming at staff and customers. At one point, she mentions race and skin color, so perhaps this is a shoplifting accusation goes wrong. Who knows? One thing's for sure, she is 100% pissed off. That was not my joke. I read that. I would have made it, though. Watch your ears.
Welcome to the problem!
Dude's just laughing.
Merry Christmas, bitch! Welcome! Merry motherfucking Christmas, bitch! You will never know what it's like to be a brown person in this fucking society! Ever! No, you would not love it because it's fucking terrible! It's goddamn awful!
Just keep your cool, ladies and gentlemen, and just keep your cool in any situation.
What do I need to do to make my body be hurt without breaking the law?
Or else your legs gonna be
warm. You tell me. Tell me. What do I do with my life?
Why do you think people act like this? Tell me in the chat if you're watching right now. Why do you think people throw fits like this, like they're 4 years old?
Fucking guilty.
I'll go hit around.
So what the fuck?
Like, how? Why were they not raised right? They got no sense. Now you see this happening all the time now. People just getting on their knees and screaming. What?
You better get away from me.
You guys take this thing.
She's coming at the game. Oh,
y'all back the fuck up, cause you a bitch ass motherfucker.
What are these zombies, dude? Like what?
You don't got nothing to say about no drugs.
What is it? Drugs, man? Like, oh, there's the piss. There's the piss.
You are a bitch ass motherfucker.
This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want, homie.
Keep it cool.
This ain't what you want.
Of course, this happens in Walmart.
Say what I want.
This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want.
Oh, it's all over. She's full. She's full. I'm sorry for showing this.
Just pray about it. God got you.
This.
God got you. Pray about
Gosh, dude. This has got to be drugs, right? Drunk as hell. I don't know. I've never been that drunk.
You want to make God's love and light into this shit?
It's cool.
You ain't got no God's love and light.
I
You
love
ain't got
it.
nothing but God's shit.
I love it. I love it.
And she woke up the next morning and she couldn't speak at all. I don't know. Does this person speak? Who knows?
You see that? You see that? You see that?
You got
It's almost over, thank
I
goodness.
got one more fucking
Can't take much more.
you got one more time now.
fucking bitch.
One more time.
Wow, she just flooded that Walmart.
Man, look, man.
Challenge you. The fucking Subway.
I wonder what causes that. How can you be a grown person, an adult, and act like that? That is absolutely insane. You got problems. I don't know what they are. You got problems. LaSween says, I can recognize a meth yo 100 yards away. This is what this is. Oh, okay. That's probably someone on meth. Said the human equivalent of barking. So let's not put dogs down like that. LaSween says, Call of Duty zombie noise. That's what they are. These people are zombies, man. They on these drugs. Let me tie this in, because this is a perfect segue, and I want to thank you for that, LaSween. I want to thank you for this perfect segue to get to this point in the show where we might as well just go for it at this point. We're an hour in, baby. Let's go for it. I gotta find this article real quick, and if you guys haven't seen this today, this is I don't understand exactly what is going on in the world today. I do to an extent, but at the same time, when you see something like this, and this is not the Babylon Bee. This is not the satire. You can find this on numerous websites, articles. This is true. This is true. How is this true? How is this real? What universe, this weird, crazy place we're living in? How is this true? Headline: Brandon administration wants to fund programs distributing crack pipes. I promise this isn't a joke. I promise. Okay, it says applicants for the grants are prioritized if they treat a majority of underserved communities, including African Americans and LGBTQ plus persons, as established under alleged President Joe Brandon's executive order on advancing racial equity. How does he see his supporters? How this is that? If I was one of these people, if I was either an African American or an LGBTQ plus person, which I'm neither, and this administration was trying to give me free crack pipes, first and foremost, I guess if I was one of these people, you might want one. But second of all, if you're a smarter person than that, you'd be like, this is a little bit insulting. Who does he think we are here? How does he view his demographics of people? Because it's all meth heads, the ones that you see going, no, they're all meth heads, just like LaSween was saying. So let's read more into this. If you don't, this is from the Daily Wire. I know this is a biased website, but this is a true story. It's not the Babylon Bee. Says President Brandon's Department of Health and Human Services reportedly wants to implement a $30 million grant program that would fund programs giving crack pipes to drug addicts. They got their reasoning though. Hold on, they have their reasons for this. Don't worry. They have a very, very realistic, completely valid reason for spending $30 million in taxpayers' monies for crack pipes for their base. So let's read more. This I can't even believe this. I don't know what universe we're living in anymore. This is insane. Applicants for the grants are prioritized if they treat a majority of underserved communities, including African Americans and LGBTQ plus persons. Let's give them more drugs, or at least make them more accessible. Under alleged President Joe Brandon's executive order on advancing racial equity, a spokesman for the agency, that sounds that's outdated. Spokesperson, come on, let's do this. Oh, we're reading Daily Wire. For the agency told the Washington Free Beacon that these kits will provide pipes for users to smoke crack cocaine, crystal methamphetamine, and any illicit substance, whatever you want to put in there. whatever kind of potpourri you want to put in your Joe Brandon crack pipe, you can do it because they're going to give it to you. They're going to let you. Sarah Lovenheim, an assistant secretary, denied the report. We'll see it. We'll see. She says it's blatant misinformation. Of course it is. The harm reduction grant is designed to help folks struggling with substance use. I almost said abuse. I guess we can't say that anymore because it's not in this article. Stay healthy and safe and prevent overdose death. It's not substance abuse anymore. It's substance use. The grants must stick to federal, state, local laws or regs. Again, I've yet to receive a response on how my story is misinformation, says Patrick Hoff, who broke the story. I like his last name. It's very close to mine. This HAS confirmed to me last week that the smoking kits they fund are used to smoke crack, meth, and any illicit substance. The misinfo push today is complete nonsense. We all knew that here at Hoffcast. So what do you all think? Do you think that Brandon's giving out crack pipes, or is this misinfo? It seems too crazy to be real, but I think this is real because when you read on more, you find out that well, I don't know if it shows in this one. Let me see here. What they were saying is that the reason that they were doing the crack pipes was to make it more healthy and spread less disease or any kind of infections. So they're giving clean crack pipes out. Yeah, it says right here. It's a who said this? Oh, this is from 2014. In Vancouver, Canada, installed the first ever crack pipe vending machines. Whoa. That's when Rob Ford was alive, right? You remember Rob Ford, that crackhead in McDonald's? I loved Rob Ford, dude. Running over old women in Parliament and whatnot. That guy was hilarious. He was like Chris Farley. He was like Canadian Chris Farley. That guy was the man. Probably a horrible person in real life, but it was always fun to hear the new news story on him whenever he came up. Rest in peace, Rob Ford. Cheers to you. You legend. 2014, Vancouver, Canada installed the first ever crack pipe vending machines, enabling people to purchase crack pipes for 25 cents instead of paying between $1 and $10 on the street. Wow. Okay. Heaven forbid you have to spend $1 on a crack pipe to smoke your crack. We're lowering the costs of crack pipes, but we're not doing shit about gas or food or fucking anything. The supply chain's breaking down, but guess what we're doing? We're putting taxpayer money into crack pipes. That's what we're doing. That's what's going on now. Don't give a shit about gas prices, do we? They ain't doing shit for that. They just go up, 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 up. But yet, hey, we're going to spend $30 million on crack pipes for our base. Holy shit. These people are insane. I believe this is true. I don't know if it is or not, but I believe it's true. And the best thing about all of this is when we're talking about the Brandon administration, crack's been it's come up a couple times before, has it not? Where have we seen this before? Where's Hunter? Where is Hunter? Ah, there he is. There's Hunter. He's right there. This is insane. Can you believe this crap, dude? There's the president, alleged president's son, crackhead. And now they are spending $30 million of taxpayer money to make crack pipes to give out to their base. It is. Do you not see what's going on? That's also where allegedly the Brandon people have foreign assets in Ukraine. So that's why they're trying to stick up for that right now. No, don't touch Ukraine. We haven't heard anything about that. Actually, let me do this. I'm going to play this video. It's hilarious. I don't know this is one of my favorite videos of all time. And I'm gonna take a quick break. I will be right back while this plays. It's only a minute long. I'll be right back. You will enjoy this if you haven't seen it. If you have seen it, you're still going to enjoy it again because it's so good. Cocaine in the Ukraine.
Who you trying to mess with, Ese? Don't you know who my daddy is?
That Hunter Biden was trading on his father's office to make $50,000 a month from the Ukrainians. In October, he admitted it.
The fact that you were the son of the vice president. Yeah, no. What role do you think that played?
I think that it is impossible for me to be on any of the boards that I just mentioned without saying that I'm the son of the Vice President of the United States.
Son of Joe Biden, and boy, it's tough. I put the crack in the pipe and smoke it up. I like every day I'm tweaking, laptop leaking. Pictures of me on a cocaine bender. Quick Pro Joe got me working in the Ukraine gas company directing. The only thing I know about gas, you can have it. Now I got $50,000 a month in my pocket. For the directors, charisma, I'm smashing. My dead brother's widow, impregnate a stripper. But nothing is better than crack cocaine when you're rich and famous in the Ukraine. Cocaine in the Ukraine. Cocaine in Ukraine. Cocaine in the Ukraine. Cocaine straight to the brain. Cocaine in the Ukraine. Cocaine in Ukraine. Cocaine in the Ukraine. Cocaine straight to the brain.
Cocaine in the Ukraine. That's from Sideshow Bob. Bob's Lessons. I don't know if you guys listen to the No Mercy podcast. It comes on every now and then. They're kind of sporadic, but Tommy G, good stuff on occasion. That song is freaking hilarious.
Saying that I'm the son of the Vice President of the United States.
Then smoke it up, I like.
So let's see the beginning part again.
The Ukrainians. In October, he admitted it.
The fact that you were the son of the vice president.
Yeah, no.
What role do you think that played?
I think that it is impossible for me to be on any of the boards that I just mentioned without saying that I'm the son of the Vice President of the United States.
Son of Joe Biden, and boy, it's tough. I put the crack in the pipe and smoke it up. I like every day I'm tweaking, laptop leaking. Pictures of me on a cocaine bender. Quick Pro Joe got me working in the Ukraine gas company directing. The only thing I know about gas, you can have it. Now I got $50,000 a month in my pocket. For the directors, charisma, I'm smashing. My dead brother's widow, impregnate a stripper. But nothing is better than crack cocaine when you're rich and famous in the Ukraine. Cocaine in the Ukraine. Cocaine in Ukraine.
It's so good. I probably watched this like 74 times.
To the brain. Cocaine in the Ukraine. Cocaine in Ukraine. Cocaine in the Ukraine.
Is it not adding up by now? The UK, crack pipes, Ukraine, Brandon's, Hunter Brandon. You know, does it not add up? You know, he was an artist there for a while. He's selling his art for like $500 million. He's never painted before in his life. I love that video so much. It's a good one. Get to the chat real quick here. Oh, what do I got going on? Oh, I had a video come up. My bad. It distracted me. Okay, so here we go. Get to the chat here. Let's see what we got going on. LaSween said he'd been offended. I'm guessing over those crack pipes. I'm offended. I'm not even in those categories, nor am I a supporter of the man, but I'm offended by the whole idea of it. He says, we have vending machines in Clarksville, Indiana that literally dispense Narcan. You know, there used to be vending machines at like the bowling alley where you could get cigarettes. You know, they put those away. You can't get cigarettes out the vending machine. I guess too many kids are doing it. Can't have a security guard right by the cigarette machine all day, I guess, making sure kids aren't buying cigarettes. So they had to put the kibosh on that. But this is crazy. The other things they can put in. When I worked at a certain company, they had vending machines there. You'd use your badge to scan, and you got like 2 scans a week or something like that. You get like a pair of gloves, or you can get like some clips or like a box cutter or something like that. And then they had at the bottom of it, they got like aspirin and Midol, like Neosporin. They got gum too, you know, Big Red in there. If you don't chew Big Red, fuck you. I just think it's crazy you put drugs like that in there. I mean, guess everyone working there is an adult, so fair enough. You don't have any kids working at that company, unlike a bowling alley where you'd have kids going in there. Fair enough, I guess, but still, you just see weird things in vending machines. Now you got crack pipes in vending machines. I guarantee that was Rob Ford. I guarantee that was Rob Ford. And if you don't know who Rob Ford is, look the man up. He's a Canadian legend. Let me look him up for you. I want to watch a Rob Ford video. Let's do it. Because I want to see Rob Ford myself right now. Miss the man. He was an absolute legend. And we'll watch a little bit. Talking about a lot of crack tonight on Hoffcast. Talking about a lot of crack tonight. Do not sell my personal information. Footage of late Toronto Mayor Rob Ford smoking crack released. There he is. Look at that oaf. Court lifted publication ban on cell phone video showing embattled former mayor inhaling from crack pipe, which Ford denied in 2013 but later admitted. I think a lot of politicians smoke crack, allegedly. In my opinion, I think because you're talking, Hunter Biden was like bragging about all these smoking crack with all these people, you know, these politicians and whatnot. I think a lot of them. I didn't know crack was such a big thing in the in the political community, but I guess it is. A video showing Rob Ford, the late former mayor of Toronto, smoking crack has been made public for the first time some 3 years after it engulfed the city. Let's watch the short clip here. Oh shit!
That's why he wants to be involved in everything. He wants to fight everybody's battles, and it's going to kill you. Kill you. Don't do it.
Women, that's what a man looks like.
That's what drives you, baby. That's what I love. That's why we love you. Okay? I don't know. Your children, your family, your kids.
He's done, dude.
Footballers. Your kids.
Everything he says is inaudible if you're reading the closed caption.
Driving the minority.
What is he saying?
You're right wing.
He wants to take kids under his wing.
Right wing. Radical guy.
Whoa, dude, this is insane. Liban?
Trudeau right there. I don't know.
Oh, look, Trudeau's coming up.
Justin Trudeau and shove my foot as far up his ass. I'm sure it goes real far. I'm sure my
shove his foot up Trudeau's ass.
Up his ass. Because he's such a shit. I hate Trudeau, man.
This is the greatest video I could have ever shown on Hoffcast. I didn't even mean to. Legend Rob Ford. Crack addict.
No, it's not.
All right. Said throughout their expletive-laced conversation, Ford appears red-faced and his speech is slurred. Much as what he says is inaudible, much like myself right now. Dry. I don't know if that... Yeah, we watched the video. Like, can we see the video of him where he runs over that lady? that I mean, it I gotta find this. I gotta find this one. It's so good. Rob Ford runs over lady. Is that how I'm supposed to search this thing? Seems like a fair enough. Here we go. Yeah, I got it right here. Gotta get through this little ad here. I'm not gonna show that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's bring this up. This video is so good. I didn't know I'd be talking about Rob Ford tonight. It's funny how this came up. Rob Ford knocks over woman counselor. Like literally Chris Farley of Canada. You know he's high right now. Dude's high right now. wiping his face. He doesn't even know where he's going. Dude's out of it.
How much is a Clubhouse like for?
It gets better, I promise. Oh, there he goes. He's up. Watch right here. He runs this woman over, this poor woman over. This poor woman. Bam! He tries to catch her though. He's a gentleman. Let's not forget that. He smokes crack, but he is a gentleman. Wow. I didn't get back to the chat as much as I wanted to. I kind of went off on a tangent there about Rob Ford. Wow. It was fun, man. There's so many good Rob Ford videos. Canadian legend. Might be more of a Canadian legend than even Wayne Gretzky. Rob Ford is the great one. All right, let me see. I feel like I'm behind on the chat a little bit right here. Let me try to catch up a little bit. Barbara think it's funny that it's to prevent the spread. Well, I don't know if you think it's funny, but it prevents the spread of HIV. And I see that face, that emoji right there. And I get the connection that you're having right now in your head. It's probably the same one that I'm having, which is who did this same stuff back in the 80s with HIV and, the AIDS, the AIDS, Who was saying all this stuff about you can catch it from people being around them, just by being, you got a social distance. Who was saying that? Who was saying that? Was it Dr. Fauci? Was it the guy who's now hey, make sure you wear 25 face diapers and you get your booster. Was it that guy? I'm pretty sure it was that guy. If I can find that video, we'll watch that one because I think that's very, very relevant as well. I don't know how hard that is to find though. I think Google is trying to push that one down hard. Because I tried to look it up before and I couldn't get it. If we can't get it here in the next couple seconds, we'll move on. But there's like an hour-long video of him from the 80s. I'm not gonna watch that. But we know what's going on. We all know what's going on here at Hoffcast. If you don't, that's why I'm here to talk. I try not to start in the middle of stuff. I try not to. I try to, whenever I talk about something, I try to bring the whole picture. I don't always do the best job, and sometimes I just start from the middle. I'm like, everyone knows the previous stuff that happened here, so I try to keep everyone on the same page. Because I know not everyone who watches Hoffcast is me. But I appreciate all you bosses out there. Once again, if you haven't yet, please give me the old thumbs up or subscribe if you haven't. That helps me out more than you know, and that makes me just want to keep doing this more and more, and it just makes it a better time for all of us, in my opinion. Real Cosmology says free tutors. Woo woo. Yeah, that's right. Get them free tutors. Woo woo. Woo woo. But distributing something that prevents an overdose and something that helps facilitate are two very different things. He was talking about whenever I was talking about, I guess, different things that you can find in vending machines. Yeah. It says smells like blatant eugenics to me. Well, that's what we're seeing. We've been seeing eugenics for a while. Now it's becoming blatant. It's becoming blatant. That's for sure. It's like they're not even trying to hide it so much anymore. Brandon won't decriminalize the ganj, but will distribute crack pipes. Sounds like the Fed them. It does. It does for sure, man. It does. Real Cosmology says, the deep has been selling most of the drugs since the 80s. Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. Yeah, for sure. You said that before I did. He said, I think they owe those poor souls some free tutors. I didn't read that comment until I put it up. That's a good one. Barb says, dude, our tax dollars funded the Afghan war for opium. That's crazy, right? Big opium and all this stuff going on with the opium. It's how much do drugs actually play an impact? Probably far more than we think. We think it's all about gas or land or disagreements and governments or whatever like that. A lot of it boils down to freaking drugs, I think. From what I'm seeing, a lot of these politicians freaking love drugs. They love, obviously, they want to deal them out to everyone in the world. They love drugs. These people love drugs. That's crazy. I never even really put that together before, how much these people are just drug addicts. I think most of them, allegedly, these politicians, drug addicts. Well, Sween says all them pipes are for Hunter's personal use. I believe that. He could probably go through about $30 million of crack pipes in a year for sure. Allegedly. I'm sorry to show old videos. I'm sorry. I like my old videos. I apologize. But, I wanted to watch that personally. I like watching the Rob Ford videos, if that's what you're talking about. Sween says, my doll at the workplace is probably a great idea. Yeah, I'm not female, but I'm guessing it is for sure. I guess males can still use it too if they feel bad, but I've never tried that. I don't know what that helps with. I don't really use aspirin or ibuprofen or anything too much because I drink. Back on that label says if you have 3 alcoholic drinks per day, do not take, or you'll have liver problems. I'm like, I don't know if that applies. 3 drinks. What there's not really that's pretty vague, but I'm pretty sure I'm at that level. So probably stay away from any more liver problems than I'm going to have already. Marvin said, you're just a baby when that one came out. If you're talking about the Rob Ford stuff, now I'm actually older than I look. I'm a little bit older than I look. I was younger, for sure, but I probably wasn't a baby. I was born in the 80s, so I'll let you sit on that. I was born in the 80s, so I'm not like super young. I keep I lotion up, keep my face nice and smooth. I do my hair and makeup before I come on. I look young. You see, I got these crow's feet. I got the wear and tear. I'm starting to become like a used baseball mitt. But yeah, I'm a little bit older than I think a lot of people think I am. Francis says Fauci HIV toilet seat psyop in the 80s. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, don't you sit on that toilet seat, you're probably gonna get the AIDS. Make sure you rip off some toilet paper and put it around the seat in little patches before you sit down on it. I'm sorry. I'm in such a good mood tonight, everyone. I'm having a great time. We're just kind of winging it right now. Swing says that Rob Ford video is hilarious. Yeah, that guy, like I said, he's a legend. Barb says, you are now my top favorite, 3 favorite streamers. This is after I blocked her. I appreciate that. I don't deserve that. I blocked y'all. I mean, for good reasons. Don't get me wrong. But I apologized, and I'm glad that we're on good levels now. I do appreciate that. Thank you, Barb. Says Rob Ford, dude is a unit. Definitely, dude. He's the absolute peak physical condition of health. That image you want when you want to be that's what you want to be one day, is Rob Ford. Not you personally. I'm just saying in general. That's who I'd like to be. If I could be anyone in the world, I'd be Rob Ford. Not Wayne Gretzky. Rob Ford. Real says, Real Cosmology says, back in the 80s, Fauci Pouchy had a whole different meaning. Francis said they sold the Afghan war in part on how they would eradicate their crop by spraying it, even though 0% was coming to USA at the time. I'm going to say allegedly because I don't know if this is true or not, but it sounds very, very intriguing to me. It's probably true. I'm guessing it is. But you understand why I say allegedly? because I gotta. It's a good comment though. It's a good comment. Barb says, I love when young people have new revelation from old videos. I appreciate that. Fifth says, I calculate my drinking in Oz. Would be same for Bud, but I'm broke, so it's grams to the eighths. Oh, I said Oz. I'm a freaking idiot. That's ounces. Hoff, you idiot. OZ, that's ounces. Not Oz. I thought he was just like so drunk he thought he was in Wizard of freaking Oz or something. Don't look at the man pulling the levers behind the curtain. Francis Sage, Colombia and Mexico had almost the whole market at the time, with a small percent from Southeast Asia. That poppy trade in Afghan was a huge deal, but part of the war. So it is about drugs, right? It's kind of about drugs. These people, I guess, I mean, it is about. Maybe I'm the freaking idiot here. I'm having a revelation. My focus has been so much on this other crap. I didn't see how much drugs had to do with everything. It's actually a huge part of all this. You just saw Hoff have a revelation, a breakthrough on his own live stream. Congratulations. It's a rare moment. Normally, I come up with this stuff before I do it. Barb says her daughter was born in the 80s. What was that song? If you were born in the 80s, the 80s. Yeah, I know. I'm an idiot. Fifth. All right, let's get back to some articles. Great chat right there. Let's see what we got going on. Let's get back to the docket. Because I still got a lot to do here. The night is young. And Tuesday night's all right for Hoffcast. Let's take a look at this one. So, New York Post, I look up a lot of articles from them. I tend to agree with the way their view is, their bias. This says Brandon's first year in office saw 73 police officers done for, most passing since 1995. Who was in office in 1995? Was Bill Clinton there? I'm gonna play some saxophone, Bill Clinton. That's terrible, Clinton. I apologize. I can't do a Clinton. I don't care. A lot of people have very strong feelings about the police. I'm one of those few people. I'm kind of in the middle, where I'm like, yeah, there's good ones and there's bad ones. I do know that from what I've seen and my own experiences in the majority, that a lot of them aren't great people or even doing the best things for people, especially in foreign countries. My personal dealings with them, I've never had a super terrible experience with them, with police. Normally, I'm a good boy. I try to be a good boy. Got in trouble a couple of times, but I was still a good boy when I got in trouble. So it went smoother than it could have, obviously. A lot of people feel like, all police are bad. And I get why people think that. Me personally, I don't. I've met some good ones. There are really, some people do get into it to try to do the right thing. And it's sad that there's a lot of shitty ones out there that make it bad for the rest of them who are trying to be good people. And they get lost in the whole ordeal of it all because their voices don't get heard anymore. It's all this shouting over and shouting to the ones that, it's all about, they do deserve people coming at them, but it overshadows what good police do. And when you see this is basically what these administrations push for. I don't know why you would want to push for defunding your own police, maybe because you got something better, the military. Brandon did make those threats about, like, if you want your Second Amendment, well, to go against the government one day, guess what? You're going to have tanks and nukes, or your 9mm, your assault rifle ain't going to do crap to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, so Brandon made that threat basically. So maybe they don't need the police. Maybe the police are just like, I don't know, just their middlemen or whatever, or lower middlemen. They got Secret Service and the military is going to crap. I salute all the great men and women who've served our country, but the way they're forcing, with the mandates and the wokeness and everything in the military, I think they're trying to weaken it from the inside out. A lot going on. But let's get back to this article here. More cops were killed in the line of duty during President Brandon's first year in office than any other year since 1995. And a law enforcement group says the driving force is the growing anti-cop sentiment. 73 officers were intentionally killed in the line of duty in 2021, a nearly 59% increase over 2020, when 46 cops were murdered in 2020. Jason Johnson, president of the Law Enforcement Legal Defense Fund and a 20-year police veteran, told Fox News, "We believe it's a combination of the George Kirby protests, or riots, if you will, a general feeling of preference for less law enforcement and less prosecution and less policing. Law enforcement officers have essentially been marginalized and demoralized and cast aside and encouraged now to enforce the law. And so we've seen massive jumps in the homicide rate in cities across America." Johnson noted that it's natural that rising homicide rates in the U.S. have also resulted in many more officers being assaulted, because a lot of leaders in these cities and leaders in Congress, leaders in the White House, have really voiced a lack of respect for law enforcement officers. Once again, I'm not like biggest cop supporter in the world, but we got to be real here. Like, I knew cops aren't a race, but it's still the same thing, like stereotyping people, like saying they're all bad, like the whole group are bad, and not looking into individualism rather than looking at them as a whole. And I think that's the problem with it. And a lot of these officers that do want to stand up against it, they know it's going wrong, they're scared to. They don't want to. They'll lose their jobs. Or they'll even be a freaking news article for all they know. It says, according to the FBI database, 74 officers were killed intentionally while on the job in 1995, and the highest next number was 72 in 2011. Who was in office in 2011? Who was in office in 2011? I think that was Obama. Are you seeing the pattern? 95 Clinton, 2011 Obama, 2022 Brandon. The three highest rates in the past 3 decades are all from certain people being in office. And prior to that was 1987, 74. Why is it 74? Is it always 74? 73 this time, and it was 74. That's weird. It's a very, very concise number. It seems very accurate all the time. It's very in that realm. 7 plus 4 is 11. 11. That's a illuminate number, a cult number. So yeah, I mean, everyone's got their opinions on the police. I don't think we should put them all in the same group. There's a lot of bad ones for sure. I think that's the point I wanted to make about that. So how y'all doing out there? Barbara says officers are afraid of defending themselves because of lawsuits. It's so jacked up. That's true. That's also lawsuits involved for sure. Those hands just keep getting tighter around our throats, do they not? Hey, you're all right. I have my dog. She had an itch. I'm sorry. I love it. That's Kira. It's my dog, Kira. She's the best thing in my world. I love her to death. All right, let's see. We still got a lot going on. I just wanted to shout out all you people tonight here. Let me go through the chat real quick, shout you out. We still got a lot going on here. We got Le Swing. We got Real Cosmology. We got Gorf Patrol was here. Francis Sage. I don't know who else still here. Shane. Barb. Pop Culture PB. Fifth. Having a great time tonight. Sorry if I missed anyone. Having a great time tonight. Cheers to all you bosses out there. I'm really excited that I found episode 20 on my StreamYard. I can't wait to get that up on BitChute because that was a great episode. I was so upset when it was taken down off this platform. All right, let's go. Okay, let's do this one here. I never liked this person. Probably one of the worst people I've ever seen in media. Talking about Chelsea Handler. I don't normally go this route with things, but this is very funny to me. Because this person's not a good person at all. If you don't know anything about Chelsea Handler, all you need to know, not a good person. This one says triple jabbed and horny comedian Chelsea Handler in hospital again, was very sick after mod jab last year. So her comedy tour is called Jabbed and Horny. How more, you can't get no more corporate, lame, or lowbrow, lowest common denominator than a freaking tour called that, can you? Chelsea Handler posted last year after receiving her jab, she went deaf and was incredibly sick. Now the jabbed and horny comedian is once again in the hospital for unknown reasons. She fell without warning and cracked her skull. Well, I mean, I feel bad for her. I don't want her to die or get hurt or anything like that. She's a bad person. But so just days after she cracked her skull, just days after her former employee, comedian Heather McDonald, collapsed on stage just seconds after cracking a joke about being fully jabbed and Jesus supporting her choice to get the death jab. Wow. Was that not a sign? That was a sign from God right there. Hands down. I would change my ways if that happened. If I was that person, I would change my ways for sure. Let's watch a little bit of this video. Hopefully it doesn't get me hurt. Well, I can't even hear it. Maybe there's no volume to it. But yeah, that's the story. You're seeing this happen a lot. They try to hide it a lot, but it happens. Couldn't have happened to a better person. I hope she's all right. She seems like a nice lady. Hey, Hoff here, he punches up. He don't punch down, all right? Just remember that. So let's see here. We got... let's keep on some subjects here. This one I thought was interesting. We'll get into a couple that kind of go along with each other. See, Hoffcast getting a little spicy tonight. I'm normally don't go over subjects like this, but I'm trying to do my best to be as fair as possible with them, because honestly, I don't really have a strong opinion on them other than the fact that I think it's all owned and bought and paid for, and I think this is hilarious when you see it happen. So this one, New York Post says Black Lives Matter is imploding in scandal, a lesson about causes deemed beyond question. It appears that the house of cards may be falling, says Indiana Attorney General Todd Rokita of the BLM Global Network Foundation, the legal entity that snarfs up most cash donated to the BLM movement. Indeed, he says this happens eventually with nearly every scam, scheme, or illegal enterprise. It's not just Indiana, blah, blah, blah. It says, lots of states are threatening to hold the nonprofit's officers personally liable for its lack of financial transparency. See, that the whole thing is that it is a organization. It was a profitable foundation, and that none of the profits, well, I guess it wouldn't be a profit if it went to the people and not, or to the owners and not to the people. But it was meant to be like a charitable thing from what I thought. People were donating in order to help marginalized people of color. And then these people just took all the money and ran, bought 4 mansions apiece, and they had no liability at all. Now they're starting to be liable. As no official leader overseeing a $60 million Let me reread this. The outfit has failed to file taxes for 2020, the year it raised tens of millions of dollars after George Kirby's death at police hands, and the rioting and protests that followed. Hardly protests. It has no official leader overseeing its $60 million war chest after its co-founder resigned in May. And that was the lady who had like 4 multi-million dollar mansions that she bought. And she was like, made my money. I'm out. See you guys later. See you bitches. I'm out. I'm rich, bitch. And that co-founder, Patrice Khan, is tied to several other fundraising organizations whose finances raise potential red flags. There you have it. Meanwhile, she's been on a personal real estate buying spree while BLM funds transferred to a Canadian, it's always Canadian again, it's weird, nonprofit run by her spouse have gone for other dubious purchases. Vast giving by deep-pocketed donors linked to Facebook, Twitter, and Netflix, of course Netflix, as well as by corporations rushing to show the right political consciousness may have funded rank peculation by those entrusted with the funds. In the end, BLM is turning into an oft-old tale. Big piles of cash wrapped in moral fervor invite corruption. And the more the cause is deemed beyond questioning, the faster the scammers move in. That's interesting. I got another one that kind of pairs with that. I thought was kind of funny. Let me bring this one up. Yep, there we go. All right, this one. Memphis BLM founder. Let's take a look at this one. Memphis BLM founder Pamela Moses sentenced to 6 years for illegally voting. Who would have thought? 6 years, that seems like a pretty steep term, though. I've heard pedos getting less terms than that, or less sentence. It's crazy. The founder of BLM chapter in Memphis has been sentenced to prison for 6 years for illegally registering to vote in Tennessee. It's right up these people's alleys, let me tell you that. Pamela Moses, the 44-year-old activist, was ordered to spend 6 years and 1 day behind bars. That last day is going to be a bitch. Monday for registering to vote despite felony convictions in 2015 that made her ineligible to do so. Shelby County District Attorney General Amy Werrick said. In handing down the sentence, Judge Michael Ward accused her of deceiving the probation department to obtain the right to vote. He said, "You tricked the probation department into giving you documents saying you were off probation." There she is. Yeah, they dress up real well, let me tell you. And I'm not talking about color there. Talking about elites, scammers. In 2015, Moses pleaded guilty to tampering with evidence and forgery, both felonies and to misdemeanor charges of perjury, stalking, theft under $500, and escape. She was okay, so she's had prior offenses, and they're starting to add up, I guess, and that's why she's getting the 6. Not a good person. Obviously a scammer. A lot of people followed these people for a long time and committed a lot of atrocities because of these people, and they turn out to be shitheads, of course. She was placed on probation for 7 years and deemed ineligible to vote. She had to vote, though. Moses has maintained that she was under the impression her voting rights had been restored. Of course she would. But you see this, it's all scamming. It's all scamming. It's all fake. It's all. I'm starting to put the pieces together. I think a lot of people already get it, and some people don't see it at all. But for me, it's becoming pretty clear sorts of things that are going on right now. All kinds of adds up. Let me get to the chat. Let's get to the chat for a few here. LaSween says about the cops, qualified immunity grants cops immunity from lawsuits. He's responding, I think, to Barb there. Very rare for them to get sued. They do. That's kind of true, but I don't think that's the sort of things that maybe Barb was referring to. Said they can end someone and get a paid vacation. compensation is taxpayer money rather than the officer's personal money, as it should be if it was they who violated your rights. LaSween also says Handler is so lame, man. I used to hate her show. I never watched it. I just saw clips, and the person Chelsea Handler is just, to me, like, I hate to be mean, I do, but there are some people in the world to me that are just intolerable. I can't stand the side of them. I can see right through it, and she's one of those people. So that's why I was being mean, you know. So the Heather story was crazy. Yeah, it's crazy how this is all going down, right? Barb says in California, the state automatically pays out a minimum of $1 million just for lawsuits filed against the police. And the Ghetto Fabulous know about it. Fifth says people can come in and take ganja legally for being illegal, but won't do nothing to media. That's worse. They're starting to lighten up on the ganj, I noticed, at least where I live. I know not everywhere, but yeah, for sure it's hypocritical, no doubt. LaSween says the way they stomp on the rights of the people in Cali, that almost seems reasonable, but the way you put it seems right for abuse. I doubt they'll be tossing millies around like that. Hey, make friends in the chat. We're all on the same team here, you know. We may have disagreements about little things, and that's fine, but just know that we're all like red pilled, and we know what's going on. So we can't let little things get in our way of really bringing what's the truth out to people. We can have those debates and those conversations, but I think stay friends is the most important thing, and that's why I love talking to you all. That's why I do. So let's get to some more stuff here. LaSween sent me a link. Maybe I can, I don't know if that's to me or to someone else, but I'll check that out sometime. So let's see. There's this video here. I'm going through my docket right now. I had one, and I'm like, oh, I got all kinds of other things. Let's break it up for a second. Let's watch something that's a little bit different. I need to break up this chain of thought, and then we'll get back into some more deep stuff here in a second. This one, we'll just watch this little video here. I saw this. It's pretty crazy. 13 missing as an oil production platform explodes, spewing millions, sorry, of gallons of oil into the ocean. This is sad, and it's a catastrophe. I thought this was crazy. 13 missing as an oil production platform explodes. I already read that. Explosion as rocks and oil. Excuse me. Sorry, there I got caught up. I had a frog in my throat. I don't know why people say that. Dramatic footage shared on social media shows the Trinity Spirit oil tanker on fire and apparently sinking with thick plumes of black smoke billowing into the sky. Flames golfing, just left and right, just golfing. Reporters of the explosion first emerged in the early hours of Wednesday. The vessel was a floating production storage vessel owned by Nigeria's Sheba Exploration and Production Company. The vessel was capable of storing about 2 million barrels of oil and can process up to 22,000 barrels a day. All right, let's check this video out. This is crazy.
This is a live video from MVG and Logo. We are trying to fight the fire. Come on, stand.
crazy. Not to be weird here, 13 people missing. That's a very appropriate number, 13. You always see 13, 11, 33, 77, 33,000, 666. It's always a certain number. I'm not saying this is fake at all. Obviously, it's real, but you always see those numbers to be certain numbers. Dang, that is crazy. Like, what can you do about that? And it's like, well, let's get some water to put it out. That's not fixing anything, is it? Water's not helping. The water's on fire, for fuck's sake. Hopefully the people are right. I mean, hopefully no one... I hate to hear people on this. That's wild, though. That's just so wild. Barb says, I'm not mad at LaSwing. I loved it, bro. Good on y'all. It says true, Barb. Good people. Pop culture PB says 6 years as a Senate term seems appropriate. He says he's also behind. I am too, man. I'm behind myself. And cheers to that. Cheers to all you bosses. I live my life behind. I feel like sometimes I'm always behind. Crap, I can never catch up. So let's read a satire article here. I got some more deep stuff to go over. Don't worry. I'm just breaking it up, having a good time here. We're having a good time. I am, at least. If I'm the only one, I don't care. Dance like no one's watching. Love like you're never gonna lose. This article right here. This one's Babylon Bee satire. It says 9 signs you're watching too much CNN. This could be educational to some people who might need it. Number 1, you think the Corv is still going on. If you find yourself saying when the Corv is over or the new normal, you might be watching too much CNN. Number 2, you still think one of these investigations is going to get Trump. The walls are closing in any day now. It's going to happen. Russia. Number 3, you haven't left your house in 2 years. Time to turn off the CNN and go outside, people. Number 4, you haven't heard any of Brandon's foreign or domestic failures. This might be the most true one I've read yet. You think the alleged president's doing a pretty good job and haven't caught any kind of wind of disasters. Number 5, you still call Iverson horse meds. Oh no, your brain has been infected. It's weird. Quick tangent. It's weird how we'll get into Joe Rogan here in a little bit. Weird how Joe Rogan could talk about every single drug on the planet, but as soon as he mentions that, you're out, bro. Number 6, you walk by a fiery riot and think to yourself, what a peaceful protest, mostly anyway. If this is your immediate instinct, check with a medical professional. You may have an oversaturation of CNN. I want to show the Ramen Noodle Kid here in a minute because that reminded me of that. Number 7, you're at the airport a lot. This is less a symptom and more a root cause. But if you're at the airport, you're probably watching lots of CNN. That's all they put on. Number 8, you drop to the floor and convulse. This is what we were talking about earlier. You drop to the floor and convulse anytime you see a MAGA hat. The longer you roll around in the fetal position, the more CNN you probably watch. This is true. Number 9, you watch any CNN at all. Every 1 second is too much. Just say no. If these 9 signs describe you, don't suffer alone. Get help today. We here at the Babylon Bee are ready to deliver you fake news you can actually trust on a daily basis. And I'm all about fake news I can trust. Let's see if I can find the Ramen Noodle Kid. This is a funny video. Short video. It was great. This is right here. Yeah, I got it right here. Got it right here. Probably got an ad. Now we're good to go. All right, let me put this up. This one's funny. Hopefully you guys have seen this one. If not, actually, hopefully you haven't seen it because it's best the first time you see it. Let me give it an upvote. Let's do it. Speaking of peaceful protests.
And please, show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful. And please.
It's the First Amendment. You just gotta look it up, Mr. Como.
Show me. And please, show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful. And please.
It's the First Amendment. You just gotta look it up, Mr. Como.
The whole this man right here, munching on dry ramen, pouring the dry packet out onto the ramen, eating it like a savage. This man could run New York better than Cuomo. I salute this man. Cheers to you, Ramen Noodle Guy. True hero, you're true patriot. I love how you respect the amendments of our Constitution. Let's do it one more time.
And please, show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful. And please.
It's the First Amendment. You just gotta look it up, Mr. Como.
You just gotta look it up, Mr. Como. It's good stuff right there. All right, what else we got going on here? I want something I wanted to do for a minute. All right, I was talking about maybe my Tom Hanks videos earlier. Maybe I didn't. I like to go after Tom Hanks. I don't like Tom Hanks. All right, I don't like Tom Hanks at all. I kind of cut my teeth on YouTube doing Tom Hanks videos, and they're on BitChute now. You can watch them there, but I don't have them up here. They got a lot of views. Went viral. You can't tell by my subscriber count. Subscribe to Hoffcast. Give me the thumbs up. But Tom Hanks, not a good purse. Let's check out just a bit of this video. I just want to rip this guy to shreds. I do. I know if you don't know where I'm coming from here right now. If you're like, oh, what are you talking about? Are you talking about Tom Hanks? Forrest Gump? You talking about Forrest Gump? Yeah, I'm talking about Forrest Gump. Tom Hanks, evil man. Alleged pedo, murderer, psyop, liar, control, MK Ultra. This man is no good.
There is always light. If only we're brave enough to see it. If only.
This is a video he did for year one of the Harris by Brandon administration. Yeah, I said that right. I'm not gonna watch the whole thing because I can't.
If only we're brave enough. Brave enough to live through two of the most difficult years many of us can remember. Brave enough to pull ourselves up again and again. America is the home of the brave.
What's this liar?
It's why we keep getting up, no matter how many times we get knocked down.
I agree with his sentiments,
like with
but
our economy. It isn't all the way back,
believe in this.
but it's getting stronger as we're creating more jobs at a record rate.
He's lying.
I've worked in transportation for the last 17 years. I'm looking forward to getting some sense of normalcy, to get back to where we were.
Slow motion.
And I'm very positive that we're on the right track.
Beautiful dog.
We may be entering year 3 of the pandemic.
Oh, put that mask on, kid, before you step out the door. Damn, the door is already open. Why did you have
science to work?
I was the first person to get the vaccine. The first in the whole country. And now, how many people are vaccinated? Over 200 million, right? And the kids too. I am really proud of us. We put people first, safety first. We're doing it. That's what keeps me going, that I can feel the change.
We've learned so much. We're better prepared now.
Oh,
every day is another day behind us and another step forward towards opportunity, prosperity.
I can't do
possibility.
this anymore. I can't do it
Restaurants
anymore. I can't do it anymore. I'm sorry. That was the most intolerable video I've ever shown on my streams. I can't stand the sound of Tom Hanks' voice. Because I know what the man's done. I know who he is. And so I know who Chet Hanks is. Chet Hanks, he tried to come at me allegedly after I tried to call him out, you know. I'm probably making that up. I don't like Chet Hanks. He's got the Illuminati one seeing eye on his chest, and he's coming out saying, "Oh, we're not Illuminati. The Hanks family is not Illuminati. We're not. We are making stuff up. This is all just let it play." And then, hey, White Boy Summer. Hey, don't look at the Illuminati stuff. Look at White Boy Summer over here. The song was a banger. Check this one out. And I did a little bit of this in my video as well with Tom Hanks that I have on BitChute and used to be on YouTube. This whole thing about the Simpsons predicting things. They've done it a lot. This is hilarious though when it comes into
15 years
context.
ago, the Simpsons movie once again predicted the future. So 15 years ago, the Simpsons movie
Real knows what I'm talking about.
This cameo.
Hello, I'm Tom Hanks. The U.S. government has lost its credibility, so it's borrowing some of mine.
Tussle my hair.
Nailed it.
Thanks.
Sure thing, son.
Now, on that side note, I don't know how the Simpsons continues to do this. I don't know if they time travel or something like that. But yeah, it's weird how many of these things they predicted end up happening in real life. But yeah, Tom Hanks doing this video, I got to applaud him because it's not like someone is asking him about his politics and he's answering a question. No, this is Tom Hanks going out of his way to be the voice and the face of this video. So bravo, like it's going to piss people off. He's trending right now and people are going on both sides on Twitter in their support with Tom Hanks. So he knows that people are going to come at him for doing this video. So he didn't have to do it, but he's doing it. So bravo to him.
Yeah,
what do you think
fuck
of
Tom Hanks, dude. I don't like this guy anymore. I don't like this guy. Get off my freaking page. You freaking shill. Beta cuck bitch. Get the fuck out of here. I liked his theory. He was talking good stuff at first. He's like, "Oh, bravo, Tom Hanks. Keep diddling, you know, keep killing." Allegedly. Tom Hanks, great person. You know, he's in Forrest Gump. You know, he did all those Illuminati movies called Angels and Demons and stuff like that. He's a good person. He had the Corona writer as soon as he got coronavirus. Posted it on Instagram. He was the first celeb to get it. And he was it all adds up. Please, I'll put the BitChute video in like a link or something for this because you got to see it all add up. I did it like 2 years ago. And still this day, Tom Hanks, get the fuck out of here. And he did a movie recently where he was trying to help a kid like not get into human trafficking, child trafficking. This is true. Like it's one of his latest movies, not the one he did with the robots. I mean, of course he did one with robots, of course. This guy is off the charts. It's Tom Hanks right here. Chet Hanks is even more. And these people are insane. These are the ones who are controlled. Tom Hanks did what, Apollo 13? And went around the dark side of the moon. We all know we ain't never seen the dark side of the moon. The moon rotates the same exact way. So you only see the same face of it all time throughout all of history. How does that work? I don't know. But Tom Hanks, he went to the other side of it. And just like these people like Jeff Bezos and Richard Branson, Virgin, they take their dick rockets up in the air and they say, "Oh, we're in space, anti-gravity." No, they're doing the same shit, allegedly, that they did in Apollo 13 to make that movie. They're just going up in the air and they're nose diving. So it looks, they're not really going high enough outside of orbit to get outside of gravity or outside of the Van Allen radiation belt into space, allegedly, if that exists. Just saying. Barb says he looks like he's aged 30 years since his beer bug video. I mean, he's an old guy. I mean, I'll give him that, but maybe he has some I don't know. He's probably just fiending for that Adrena right now. You know what I'm saying? He just wants that chrome. What's that Chromecast? Real Cosmology says the Simpsons predict nothing. Well, I'm hoping that they predict that the Bengals win the Super Bowl this Sunday, because I guess they predicted that. So I hope that's true. Hoff here, not a big football guy, but I've been watching the Bengals through the playoffs, and my friends think that I'm a good luck charm of sorts because I never watch football. They invite me over and they win. And they keep winning every time I come over. So I don't know if that's true. I'm not superstitious. I am a little stitious. Michael Scott. So let's see what else we got going on. We got more. We got a lot more to go over tonight. Thanks to all you bosses tonight. Great people out there. And by the way, I said Hoffcast, we're going places. And I thank all of you watching tonight because the support's been unreal. I appreciate that you guys like what's going on here. And I try to bring a good show every week. I try to make it entertaining, but also just look at the stuff maybe in like a little bit of a sense of humor, you know, as much as I can. Let's see this. So I guess maybe the rest of the show is just going to be kind of I'm going to get in some deep stuff again, but it's kind of just going to be, from what I see here in the docket, just a lot of mishmash. This video right here, this one I did want to show tonight. We got a good one. We got a good one right here. This is so good because I can show this and you can get the sarcasm where it's coming from. This says compilation of proven lies by fake news channel CNN over the years proves they're not to be trusted. Speaking of CNN, you know. Let's watch this video.
We are not fake news. We are real news.
Much of the dossier has been corroborated. Some rioters were planning to murder lawmakers.
What does Putin have on Trump? Has Trump been compromised?
That Kavanaugh aided and abetted in the commission of a gang rape.
But it does look like that young man to me is taunting the Native American Vietnam vet, and he's in his face.
When you start whipping people and you want to split hairs between reins and whips,
there is no evidence of any wrongdoing by either Joe or Hunter Biden.
Looking ahead to 2020, one reason why I'm taking you seriously as a contender is because of your presence on cable news.
A widely held conspiracy theory that the coronavirus was created in a Chinese laboratory.
Dr. Fauci, thank you for keeping it straight. Thank you for fighting the good fight.
We know the science. We know that masks work.
This is now a pandemic of the unvaccinated. It is now a pandemic of choice.
You can stay unvaccinated if you want, but you're not going to be able to travel to see your family.
Joe Rogan, he came down with COVID. He says he's been taking the livestock dewormer ivermectin.
I hope you are able to appreciate what you did.
Actually, this might get me in trouble.
And what it means for the rest of the country.
Disturbing video.
This is the news.
Jacob Blake,
this ain't me. This is
shot by
the
police.
news.
Obviously, we do it overseas
YouTube.
against our adversaries, but we don't spy on
Saying
America.
Hoffcast
If you want to believe the NSA is reading your favorite TV star's emails, go right ahead. He claims it's true. The NSA denies it, of course.
There is no one more knowledgeable, more decent, more honest, more committed to the interests of America than John Brennan.
The biggest terror threat in this country comes from radicals on the far right, primarily white men.
Domestic terrorism seems to be starting to spread virally in the way that we saw that happen overseas with ISIS.
Violence has erupted during anti-lockdown protests.
What you are seeing now, these images came and come in stark contrast to what we saw over the course of the daytime hours in Kenosha and into the early evening, which were largely peaceful demonstrations.
If only we had a vaccine against BS.
We're not here to...
Let's rewind that for a second. the best part right
with
here.
ISIS.
Violence has erupted during anti-lockdown protests.
What you are seeing now, these images come in stark contrast to
golfing
what we saw over
left
the
and
course
right.
of the daytime hours in Kenosha and into the early evening, which were largely peaceful demonstrations.
If only we had a vaccine against BS.
We're not here to spin things or, color things a certain
He's
way.
got it.
We're here to give the people reliable, accurate information on a daily basis. That's why we all come into work every day.
This is a nice little compilation of how honest the news, the mainstream media is to you. They tell you the truth. There's no lies. They know what they're talking about. There's no agenda. It's completely unbiased, and that's why you should probably keep watching CNN, because you're getting the best information there, 100%. And they will not lie to you at all. They've never been wrong. Barb says The Simpsons just helped write the script allegedly. I mean, who are the ones who are coming in behind that stuff? I don't know. I would be skeptical of it if they hadn't hit the mark so many times on The Simpsons over the years. Like, I'd be skeptical if it happened like once or twice. I'd be like, all right, yeah, that's a weird coincidence, but it's happened like 40 times or something. And it's been like the longest running cartoon series on TV of all time, if not the longest running show of all time, besides like maybe Saturday Night Live or something like that. But I think definitely the longest running cartoon series. And you wonder why, because no one even freaking watches it anymore. I don't remember I seriously don't remember the last time someone came up to me and asked me if I saw this week's episode of The Simpsons. It hasn't happened in like 15 years, probably. South Park, yeah. People come up to me and say, "Did you watch the South Park?" And sometimes I'm like, yes. Sometimes I'm like, no. But Simpsons, no one comes up to me asking me about the Simpsons. That's what makes it so weird. It's like Saturday Night Live. It's bad. No one watches that either. It's terrible. It's the lowest, worst kind of comedy. It's not even comedy. It's more insulting to my intelligence than anything else. If I even watch a dumbass clip of Saturday Night Live. It's the same thing with the Simpsons. These are owned, funded, basically mainstay staples that they believe are people are just going to watch no matter what, because they've just been around for so long. So they can kind of maybe get their agendas and their narratives through that way. Definitely through SNL, but through Simpsons, I don't even know, because is Simpsons still on? I don't even know. They canceled like all of they canceled Apu, and they canceled a bunch of characters on The Simpsons as a cartoon. Oh, it's insensitive. It was why weren't you calling it insensitive freaking 15, 20 years ago? You were laughing at it back then. Where were you then? Now it's insensitive. Well, since social media exists and people try to tell you how to think and what to watch and how to feel. Oh, now we got to cancel cartoon characters. And then the cartoon characters we do have, we're going to make them all very bright and extremely like neon. All the colors are going to be neon, because all the kids have ADD now from all the damn sugar and jabs we give them, and all the crazy crap. We don't pay attention to them. Just sit them down in front of the TV, let them watch all these crazy bright colors and flash weird images in front of their faces. When I was growing up, maybe I didn't notice them, but I don't think we had that kind of crap going on with cartoons when I was a kid. SpongeBob, man, a little bit fishy on occasion. And they did, like Disney for sure. They put all those kind of symbology in their movies. I'm not talking about Disney. Disney's on a different level. Disney be having Aladdin asking Jasmine, "Hey, take your clothes off." He whispers, "Hey, take your clothes off." And then in The Lion King, Simba sits down on the grass, and then all the dust goes up into the night sky, and it says sex. And then the Little Mermaid on the cover of the movie, the castle looks like this. I'm not talking about that stuff. I'm talking about I don't know. Maybe all the shit I did watch was freaking infiltrated. Now I think back about it, yeah. Maybe it was. Maybe I'm no different. Who knows? I see it becoming much more blatant, though, if we're going to reuse that word tonight, than it ever used to be. I think cartoons used to be like, we have something funny if you're a parent for the parent and something funny for the kid, but we're going to make the parent jokes a little hidden underneath. That way the kids don't quite see it. But now they're not doing that the same realm. they're doing it in a way that's kind of sick. And my buddy Don, who's been on the stream a couple times, we used to do a podcast. He has a child, and he watches cartoons with his child all the time, and he sends me stuff that he records off his TV all the time. There are these crazy clips of like weird nudity and stuff, and these kids shows that just show up for a split second and just flash in your face, and that's it. It happens. It's so freaking weird. I don't know if I didn't notice it when I was young. I haven't seen any clips come out since then of this stuff, but I see my buddy send me this stuff. It's really, really weird. They're definitely targeting kids right now. Like, and once again, tie this all back around together. Like, I don't know why kids are, I do know, but it's really sick why they're targeting kids. It's because they're the most impressionable, obviously. And that's why you see all these crazy teachers. So I'm going to show a video here in a second, which isn't necessarily about all this stuff I'm talking about right now. But these crazy teachers in schools think that because they're very weak people, the only control, the only power that they have over anyone is over freaking 7-year-old kids. So they go in there and they spout off their nonsense to these kids, thinking that they're going to make a difference for the future. Whether they're paid off for this or not, I don't know. All I know is that they're really weak people. You're a very weak person, much like Stacey Abrams. When you go in and you dictate kids, I mean, like, hey, y'all wear masks, I ain't. You know, all this stuff about these teachers go in. I can show you a million videos. They're out there. I'm not going to bring one up right now. A million videos of teachers going in their like 6th grade class, 4th grade class, and saying, "Hey, news, everyone, I'm gay," and all the kids are like, "Yeah, yeah, gay teacher," and the teacher's like, "I'm going to turn all you kids gay too. Put your fucking face diapers on. Get your boosters, even though you're 7 years old." It's insane what we're seeing, especially with these teachers. I have a bad habit of leaving comments up too long when I kind of forget about them. I do appreciate the comments, but sometimes I leave them up when I'm talking about something completely different and doesn't even make any sense. But let me show you this video right here that I thought was hilarious. And it's not a video, really. It's more of an audio recording of this teacher just annihilating her students. And this shows that these teachers are very weak people. Most of them, I don't know why they get into teaching. I guess the same reason people get into being cops or something, where you want power. Once again, not against cops, 100%. But you see these teachers just, they think they're the dictators of the new generations or something like that. So this one's weird, though. This one's not necessarily the same as what I was talking about, but it's still crazy. South Florida teacher tells students, if you don't do as she says, you'll steal or sell your bodies or be a whore. So let's listen to this. This is crazy. No, I'll read the article real quick first, not the whole thing. It says, here is yet another example of what happens when you allow control freak teachers in your classrooms. Listen to this horrific teacher at Maher Academy School in South Florida. It happened a month ago. Maher Academy Bay, K-12 charter school in Cutler Bay. It's coming to light now because after a student recording the teacher, it ended up on TikTok. Fuck TikTok. Am I wrong? Since then, the teacher, whose name we do not know, why not? It should be pretty easy. We know what the school is. Has apologized to the students and parents. So she had to. She wanted to keep her job, but we know she's a wretched, evil person on the inside for sure. We don't know the context of what was happening in her classroom at the time, but it's clear she was fed up with the lack of effort she apparently saw in her students. So let's listen to this.
There's not going to be much left. But not submitting your work that we did in class is wrong, is lazy. And I don't know what to say anymore about this. Everyone should be here on the PLTW.
You said selling our bodies?
How else are you going to make money? Steal or sell your bodies? Be a whore.
What?
I don't know what else you're going to do. If you can't go to college.
Let's go back. What? What did the teacher say?
And I don't know what to say anymore about this. Everyone should be here on the PLTW.
You said selling our bodies?
How else are you going to make money? Steal or sell your bodies? Be a whore. I don't know what else you're going to do. If you can't go to college, and you don't want to sit here and have a good work ethic, what else are you going to do? You're not going to be able to play sports because you
Neither
don't
are
have
you,
the
obviously. You sound out of breath just from this rant.
grade point average
Crazy
to get into
bitch-ass teacher.
colleges. They're not going to let you play sports without the grade point average.
Actually, that's not true. That's not true. Let's go back. Did you hear that? This woman obviously is an idiot. She says, right here, complete
And you
idiot.
don't want to sit here and have a good work ethic. What else are you going to do? You're not going to be able to play sports because you don't have the grade point average to get in.
That's not true. That's the whole reason sports exist. And maybe she's just annihilating these kids so much that she's like, you're not even smart enough to be a damn athlete. You couldn't even be that. And I'm not putting down athletes. I'm just saying GPA doesn't really matter a whole lot to colleges when you can throw a football fucking far as shit, I guess, or whatever, you know. When you're bringing attention in, the GPA doesn't matter a whole lot. This woman's crazy.
Get into colleges. They're not going to let you play sports without the grade point average. There's not very many ways to make money.
She's not wrong about that. I mean, there's a lot of money out there in the world. She's not wrong. There's not very many ways to make it. Good money, at least. Maybe get on your knees or some shit, just like she's saying. Maybe she has good advice for her dumbass students. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe she's right. I don't know. Let me get to the chat here for a minute. Let's see what the chat thinks. Wow, we've got a lot here. Let's get back to the Simpsons stuff we were talking about. Real Cosmology said there's kind of a cult around Simpsons predictions. A character can sneeze in one episode and they will say they predicted the whole plan. Well, I mean, I get that too. I understand looking into things too much. I do. But at the same time, when I see some of this stuff, I do get kind of I'm not gonna lie, my spidey senses tingle. You know what I'm saying? I kind of feel it. Real Cosmology, putting a link to a Simpsons clip there. Barb says I went to one in Huntington Beach at the beginning of the protests. No violence, but the news reported a fight that was staged by the media. She also says at this point, if you need the Sims to tell you what's going on, I don't know what to say. That's true, but I think the weird part is, like, you know, with the Boston stuff that happened, that bombing and just all kinds of different things. It was weird coincidences, and you can put it up to that. Hoff here doesn't believe in coincidences at all. I'm just going to be straight up with you. I don't believe in coincidences. I think things happen. I think there's reasons for everything. But coincidences, I guess, whatever, you know, they might happen. I don't believe so. Real Cosmology said Disney bought The Simpsons, so it's just a matter of time. Well, Disney's going to buy. Disney's going to buy all of us. I think they're going to buy you. They're going to buy me. Take a look at this here. Let's go into the Convoy for a minute. You know, I haven't talked much about the Convoy tonight, maybe a little bit, but not enough. So just to make this clear, you know, it's from Fox, obviously. The trucker convoy aims to represent all Americans impacted, even though they're Canadian, you know. Impacted by the core of mandate, the rules. GoFundMe froze, and that's sick as hell, dude. GoFundMe froze the Canadian Truckers Freedom Convoy official campaign. Like, really? $10 million? $10 million. And they're like, we're taking it. We're putting it where we want to put it. Says the organizer of a trucker convoy in the U.S. dubbed the People's Convoy said the group aims to represent all Americans, like North Americans too, I believe, impacted by the jab rules. This convoy is for everyone. Brian Braze The organizer says, I can't express enough that this is in no way, this is a right-wing issue or a left-wing issue. I agree with that. A lot of people want to make it that because one side's trying to push it. He said, this is not anti-jab. This is about your rights as a human being. And then, of course, as an American, your constitutional rights, let alone the Nuremberg trials code, Nuremberg code. He said they like to silence this guy, Jeremy Johnson. They removed his Facebook page. He called it censorship at its finest. It's what it is. I mean, they're going to do it to me eventually. They're going to do it. They've already tried so many times. I don't know how Hoffcast is still afloat. They're going to get me eventually. I don't know where I'm going to go from there. I hope to maybe still keep in touch with all of you bosses out there whenever it goes down. But one day, it doesn't even matter if I get to my third Reich. Man, they just take me down whenever they want. If I say one wrong thing, hey, I'm not Joe Rogan. I ain't got millions of dollars coming in here, going out of here. They'll just take me out of here. So that's why I do Hoffcast.com, ladies and gentlemen. Keep in touch with me there. Shameless plug real quick, but I'm serious about that. They probably will. They'll do it to a lot of us. They're doing it to a lot of people, just taking us down. This Jeremy Johnson said his personal account was also removed, prompting him to contact a civil rights attorney to discuss the next steps. He said they like to silence people that speak the truth. Well, ain't that the truth, Mr. Johnson? The group, titled Convoy to DC 2022, acted as a place for truckers to plan and coordinate their multi-state trek. A spokesperson for Facebook's parent company, Meta, the Metaverse, sick shit right there, provided this statement to Fox News. We have removed this group for repeatedly violating our policies around. Guess what? There you go. There you have it. There you go. Right there. Q. I'm out. I don't know what else to say. I'm not a QAnon supporter. I'm not a Q person at all. In fact, in my opinion, Q fucking stole a lot of our theories that we had before they came up with them and they adopted them. So fuck QAnon. Fuck those people, honestly. Liars, idiots, trash. And they stole things that were real. And now there's real conspiracy facts or analysis are becoming adopted by this group that has a really bad name. And they can use that bad name anytime they want to deplatform anyone they want to with it. All you got to use is that one letter, Q. That's all you got to use, and everyone's done. They've been setting this up for a long time. January 6th. You know, this is no offense to, this is not meant to be mean, but this is retarded. This is retarded. In October 2020, Facebook labeled Q a violence-inducing conspiracy network. How many people have they killed? What? How many? Once again, I'm not standing up for Q at all. But as far as I know, these people haven't killed anyone. They're just dumb. They just think JFK is going to come back on a street corner out of the blue, and the whole world's going to be saved. You know, that's stupid. Let's be honest. It's freaking stupid. But whenever you label all of us who are seeking the truth as Q, that is what they're trying to do, because they're able to use the nonsense surrounding it to not give credibility to anything that's coming from a bias they don't agree with, or a persuasion, or a group, or a ideology, whatever you believe in. But I see it's happening one way. I only see it happening one way. I don't see it happening two ways. That's the scary part. And it says, finally, after so much backlash, GoFundMe is going to refund the $10 million in Canada convoy donations rather than keep it for themselves. We'll see about that. This article says, I have to laugh about that. Can they contact me or something? Can we talk? That's not true. Yes. They actually had offered the administrators to remove content and then request a review again. This guy, just canceling people. That's what happens. These people working there, they're told not to. They're on the same side. So they're told that to look out for these things. And if we try to negotiate, do not negotiate with these people. Hands tightening around the throat. Hands tightening around the throat, that's for sure. I hope you all prepare. You have maybe an emergency kit, maybe some storable foods. I'm not advertising. I'm not bought out or paid. I'm just saying it's probably a good thing to have right now in this day and age. Barb says they already forced to refund the. Yeah, well, I hope they do. I really hope every single last cent is refunded. I hope every single cent is, because if not, well then I wouldn't support GoFundMe now anyway. I would support the causes, but I'd try to find a way around it. Hey, give me your PayPal. I'll send you some money PayPal or something like that. Even PayPal's freaking wicked too, but at least you might have a better chance there. LeSween says weapons of mass destruction out here on CNN. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. That's a perfect sentence right there. Cosmology said he's asking me if I have downloaded Telegram yet. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what that is. I'm guessing it's like a chat site. I'll look into it. I'm old. I'm old, man. I never used Snapchat, never even downloaded it. I don't know what it is. I'm an old man here. I'm lucky to get this up going. It took me a long time to be able to go live, figure this stuff out every night. I'm an old man. I'm old school, Real says a Q guy allegedly killed his own kids. Well, I mean, that's the thing. You're playing right into what they're saying. Of course, if you believe in Q shit, then you're probably not the most level-headed person. But on the other hand, what I'm saying is anytime there's a conspiracy theory or whatever, then they're just going to put all of that onto that same Q base, that group. And that's the problem I have, is that there's truth out there. But every time that we try to bring it up, they say that it's Q. It's QAnon. And that they're using that blame. It's like their new Nats or, whatever, something like that. Sween says, after stealing the panties, SpongeBob's asked his man. I don't know where this comment's going. I didn't read it before I brought it up. We'll see. After stealing the panties, SpongeBob's asked the man, do you know how it feels, Mr. Krabs? What was it? SpongeBob is Illuminate confirmed, allegedly. I remember the all-seeing eye as well. Yeah, I believe there's cartoons, man. They're influential. That's why Disney makes cartoons. That's why Disney makes a lot of cartoons, influential, trying to brainwash as young as they can so they can keep them in as long as they can to their realm. Oh, I love Disney movies. Oh, they're so good. They're not. They're not. They're actually not that. They're not even that good. Kind of bad. I don't even watch movies that much anymore. Nothing wrong with watching movies. Just be careful. Know what you're watching. Try to watch out for all the symbolism if you are watching movies, because it's in there. It's fervent. The symbolism and what they're trying to push, it's fervent in their propaganda. Speaking of, let's check this out here. Getting some a little bit of Joe Rogan here. I don't want to spend too much time on this. Everyone's talking about fucking Joe Rogan. We know what's going on with Joe Rogan. This one says censoring of Joe Rogan is a tactic straight out of old Soviet Union. Make no mistake, the recent Joe Rogan versus Spotify scandal is not about core and what constitutes proper medical protocols to fight it. It's about the future of free speech in America. And this is true. This is true. Joe Rogan, you know, he said those things so long ago. Why weren't you pissed off 10, 12 years ago about Joe Rogan then? Why weren't you pissed off about him back then? Right now, just when they're trying to cancel him, it's like they save up all this information. These wokeists, these cancelers, they save it up, and right when they need to use it, you know, they got it in their back pocket. Fire at will, and bam, bam, bam. Oh, we're gonna destroy this guy. It seems like they've pulled almost every trick they have on Joe Rogan at this point, though. So I don't know if he's gonna get canceled. He seems like he might be above it, unless they falsify some shit, which I wouldn't put it above these people. They're sick. They've already falsified the compilation of him saying the N-word, which I'm not saying he didn't say it. What I'm saying is it's all out of context. You know, it's literally all out of context. I guarantee all of these people who are calling him out on it use it way more and in the wrong ways than anyone like him. I guarantee it. This article says White House press secretary, go fucking figure, Jen Psaki's statement on Tuesdays directing big tech and Spotify to do more. Why is it up to the government now to dictate what is happening on a platform? This seems kind of like, dare I say it, tyranny, dictatorship, total control, new world order. Jen Psaki's statement on Tuesday, she said the podcast suggests that the future of the First Amendment is bleak. It's true. I hate to say it myself, but that's what's happening. So much censorship. I put a lot of my streams hashtag ban censorship. So I don't care if you're wrong. I don't care if you're I don't care if you're me, biggest, dumbest idiot in the world, something like that. You don't even know what's going on, and you just say the craziest shit in the world, and you believe in whatever you believe in. I don't care. You know why? Because it's my responsibility to dictate whether I believe your bullshit or not. It's not the government's role to dictate whether I believe someone's bullshit or not. It's not their opinions. My opinions aren't theirs. It's not for them to decide what I think. And that's my problem with censorship. There's a lot of crazy shit out there going on. There's a lot of definitely misinfo for sure. But you be the arbiter of it, not them. You be the curator of what you want to see and know and what you believe in. Not they have no right to dictate what you think and believe or what you should be able to see. And they make the excuse, private companies, they can do whatever they want. They're above that now. Their social media. It's a whole different thing. It is a public platform at this point, especially when it's free. And when something's free, by the way, when you get something for free, that means that you are the product. That means that they're selling your information. So social media is free, yeah, until you say the wrong thing. And that's the way it's become. It didn't used to be that way. I remember when Twitter first came out, I was like, what is this? This is the dumbest thing ever. I never really used it. And I started following some celebrities that I liked on Twitter. And I found out they were assholes. Like even 10 years ago, I was like, what the I loved The Office, dude. I used to love The Office, watch it all the time. When Twitter came out, I was like, oh, Rainn Wilson, Dwight from The Office. This guy's got to be hilarious. Who knows what the funny stuff he's saying on Twitter? And I follow Rainn Wilson on Twitter, and the dude's the biggest asshole of all time. The biggest negative, beta cuck, asshole, weirdo, psycho, allegedly probably a pedo guy ever. And I think the social media, the Twitter that gave these celebs a platform, they should have never had. We would have never known that these people are these crazy. Tom Hanks, all these freaking people, if it weren't for the social media. And social media, I'm starting to think, wasn't built for them or built for us. It was built for them. It was built for the elites. It was not built for us. It was built for them to be able to promote their own propaganda to us regular people. And then we think that we get a say in anything until we say the wrong thing and then we get banned. So it was built for them. And we were built to fall from this. Oh, he said it. Oh, he said it. He said the title. I bring things around, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So it says, just like the Soviets, the benevolent authoritarians who want to protect you from the bad influence of the Rogan type rogues consider that the Rogan interview deemed wrongheaded by America's elites was not with some charlatan with a medical a doc. I don't even know if I can say his name, Mr. Malone. Malone's thought crime is that he doesn't sing in unison with the science. The science. Trust the science. If you against science, you're against me. Get your booster. Espoused by Tony Fauci, who has been stood up as the core minister of propaganda, whose every word must be accepted as truth. Look at this crazy lady here, dude. She's got eyes of a shark, dead doll's eyes. You know, no feeling behind that. No, I don't think there's much going on behind the eyes. Just a puppet, just a lousy puppet. As someone who grew up, it says this article, as someone who grew up behind the Iron Curtain in the former USSR, back in the USSR, I'm all too familiar with the dangers of censorship, a hallmark of communist totalitarianism. There's a reason why repressive states like Russia and its predecessor, the Soviet Union, cling to it. That is how the ruling class stays in power. Absolutely. Totalitarian states do not tolerate alternative viewpoints because they don't want their subjects to engage in critical thinking. This is what I'm saying, which can lead to the end of their regimes. Therefore, they control what the people say, write, and even think by punishing those whose opinions stray from an established orthodoxy. That's exactly what I'm saying here. So back in Soviet days, we even had a word that described those who thought differently. I cannot pronounce that word. It's the biggest word I've ever seen in my life. I can't read that. We also had terms for opinions that are correct. I can't read that word. Incorrect. Sound familiar? Sounds like 1984. Brave individuals who dared to express opinions challenging the party line were blacklisted, fired from their jobs, thrown into mental hospitals, imprisoned, and even expelled from the country. This is starting to sound really familiar. I see the road we're going down, kind of, it's scary. The Soviets framed these drastic measures as being good for the people. Yeah, this is very familiar. Protecting them from the pernicious influence of those disgruntled alternative thinkers, the enemies of the people. And there's a guy right there, Mr. Malone. I like that guy. We must not say wrong things about the core because someone could get sick or die, but there are risks to life, risks to freedom. Suggestion that something must be accepted as truth so that bad things don't happen is exactly the kind of leverage the communists use to deny free speech. And it's the same thing like Ben Franklin. That famous quote from Ben Franklin said something like, those who give up safety or freedom for safety deserve neither. I believe that. I agree with that, Mr. Ben Franklin, even though you're crazy asshole flying kites and lightning storms, allegedly. I heard Ben Franklin's actually not the greatest guy in the world, but I don't know. I've looked into that more. Back to the article. The attacks on Rogan, who is a mixed martial arts commentator, comedian, and entertainer, pioneer as well in a lot of these fields. Not mixed martial arts necessarily, but maybe the media surrounding that. Oh, shit, media. For the alleged misinfo reminds me of how viciously the Soviet government attacked dissidents such as the renowned author Alexander Solzhenitsyn, I can't read that either, whom the Soviets expelled from the country for novels that spoke truth to power. He then moved to America where he could freely express his views at a time when freedom of speech was a given. Oh, look at it. Oh, look at these. I can't stand looking at those old white bastards. Nothing against white people. But they're pale. They're very pale. I am too. I'm not going to lie. Pale as shit. Spotify has a new policy to tag some Rogan episodes with content advisories flagging free speech that doesn't conform to the officialdom think? You know who else uses such advisories? The Russian government. I'm not going to get any more into Russia except for what I'm going to pull out here. But yeah, we're seeing a lot of hand tightening around our throats. That's for sure. It's all because it's all. You think that all the countries have their own say or their own will or what they want to do. The fact is, all the countries, most of them in the world are owned, especially by like UN or the World Economic Forum. They're all dictated by this stuff. And we think allegedly, I'm going to say allegedly, that all of our nations have the right to do whatever they want and say whatever they want. But this has become completely untrue. And we're seeing it. We're living in it right now where one thing happens, the whole world does the same freaking thing. That's not independence. That's not, especially when it comes to lies, which I believe a lot of these are. That's not independence. That's not freedom. This is a complete control narrative. This is planned, completely planned. I don't want to like do too much Joe Rogan at all, really. But I mean, here's another one here. I'm not going to watch that one. I just wanted to make fun of him because he looked like Uncle Fester in this video.
Hello, friends. I'm making this video to talk about the most regretful and shameful thing that I've ever had to talk about publicly.
I like Joe Rogan.
There's a video that's out. It's a compilation of me saying the N-word. It's a video that's made of clips taken out of context of me of 12 years of conversations on my podcast, and it's all smushed together, and it looks fucking horrible, even to me. Now, I know that to most people, there's no context where a white person is ever allowed to say that word, never mind publicly on a podcast. And I agree with that now. I haven't said it in years, but for a long time, when I would bring that word up, like if it would come up in conversation, instead of saying the N-word, I would just say the word. I thought as long as it was in context, people would understand what I was doing.
Joe Rogan,
like that context was part of the clip we were talking.
Let me say this. Joe Rogan, he shouldn't have apologized if he feels this strongly about his apology. He should have actually posted the clips in context and made a compilation of the clips in context rather than just saying that they were out of context. Now, I believe him. I do to some extent. Now, a couple of those clips I'm a little iffy about. But if you want to make your argument, you should probably show your clips in context rather than just saying they're out of context. And make that compilation battle the one that's battling you right now.
We're talking about Red Fox, how Red Fox said that word on television in the 1970s. And how times have changed so much since then. Or about how Richard Pryor used it as one of the titles of one of his albums. Or I was quoting a Lenny Bruce bit. Or I was quoting
Shane says
Paul
he never
Mooney
called
bit.
anyone that. I do get that.
I was talking about how Quentin Tarantino used it repeatedly in Pulp Fiction.
Never actually outright called
or
it,
I was talking about how a
bad,
Netflix executive, ironically,
like
used it because he was trying to compare it to another offensive word, and he said it out loud, and they fired him. Not calling anybody or just saying the word out loud. I was also talking about how there's not another word like it in the entire English language because it's a word where only one group of people is allowed to use it, and they can use it in so many different ways. Like if a white person says that word, it's racist and toxic, but a black person can use it, and it could be a punchline. It could be a term of endearment. It could be lyrics to a rap song. It could be a positive affirmation. It's a very unusual word, but it's not my word to use. I'm well aware of that now, but for years I used it
I hate to see him
in that manner. I never used it to be racist because I'm not racist. But whenever you're in a situation where you have to say, I'm not racist, you fucked up. And I clearly have fucked up. And that's my intention to express myself in this video, to say, there's nothing I can do to take that back. I wish I could. Obviously, that's not possible. I do hope that if anything, that this can be a teachable moment. Because I never thought it would ever.
Anyways, we're not gonna watch the whole video, but you get the gist of it. Like, obviously, like the guy does feel bad about it, and he said that's why he apologized, is because, like, you know, he actually did feel remorse or regret, and that's fine. I don't think you should apologize to these people for anything. Myself, I really, I mean, I guess I do apologize. I do bad things, so I get where he's coming from. I make mistakes. I don't do bad things on purpose. I make mistakes. So I kind of get where he's coming from. But at the same time, like, he's on a different level than me, like a million levels different than me. Like, I'm like the scum of the earth, and he's like up there with the, you know, knocking elbows with the elites and shit. And he's got to watch what he says. So do I. I guess we both do. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about all this. I'm wrong about a lot of stuff. I love doing Hoffcast because it makes me think about myself sometimes and maybe what I'm doing wrong in life. Let me get to the chat. There's a lot of chat going on here, and I'm sorry that I was going off there for a minute. There's a lot going on, and I got to say hi to Mitz. Thank you for being here tonight. I appreciate it, Mitz. You bring so much good information to me. I see you dropped a couple links down here. I don't know if I can show them. Maybe I can, but I'll check them out after the stream regardless. But sometimes I try to curate what I can and can't put on here, even though I do a bad job at it. Real Cosmology says, here's my page. Should show you how to download. I think I'm behind on something here. Mitt says, so Saskatchewan is dropping all mandates, including the passport, starting February 14th, and Alberta is dropping some mandates. I noticed this is the weird thing. That's what I was talking about earlier, that we're seeing the core kind of going away a little bit. Like I saw in the news today where I live that like case numbers, percentage numbers are like so much lower than they've been in months, if not a year. And that scares the shit out of me. I'm not going to lie, that the fact that they're letting this power go, the fact that the ones in control, the Illuminate, the elites, the ones who run things behind the scenes, the guy pulling the levers behind the curtain, the fact that they're letting this one go makes me terrified of what's going to come next, especially after Klaus Schwab himself said that if you thought that this was bad, wait until a digital one where you don't have anything anymore. And you'll own nothing and you'll love it. You'll be happy. It's words from him. I'm gonna do a lot of stuff about Klaus Schwab one day. That guy is Darth Vader in real life. That's for sure. Who's the emperor? Maybe he's the emperor. I don't know. LaSween says Telegram. Certainly at the moment how to get real deep cut truth, but I must say it's not anonymous or encrypted. It's very much so stored in the NSA. Yeah, everything is. Everything on the internet is. Like, we got very little choice right now about what we do. Even the ones that we think we can trust at first, we find out later either they're in cahoots or they don't have the power to make it happen. It's really freaking scary. That's why I speak like an idiot when I do my shows, because I'm like, every word that I come across when I read an article, I'm like, I'm trying to tell you guys what's going on, but at the same time, I'm not trying to get silenced myself, so I can't tell you what's going on. I know you guys understand that. I know you guys get that. Cheers to all you bosses out there. You beautiful people. I love you. Smart people. Smart. Everyone in the chat is way smarter than I am. And that's why I like having you here. I'm just a goofball who just looks at this stuff and is like, hey, this is freaking crazy. Maybe we should pay attention to this, you know. LaSween says 5 years ago, the censoring of Rogan would have thrown the country in a frenzy, though Jones and then Q, they set the precedent of reasonable censorship, buttering up the public for this moment. Absolutely. You're 100% right on this. They tested it out with Jones, for sure. And then with Q and all that stuff, they definitely tested it out, see how it would go. And don't get me wrong, I love AJ. I love Mr. Jones. I do. That guy, you can say he's controlled opposition or psyop all you want. Ain't gonna sway me. I freaking love that guy. That guy's got more energy than I'll ever have, more passion, and I hope to have that one day. Maybe I can. Maybe I could. Maybe achieve. what this guy has done with his greatness, but he's on another level as well. But I admire the man, and like I said, think of him what you want, Mr. AJ, Alex, you know. But I respect the guy. I don't know if he's always right, but he's right a lot. Swing says, in another 5 years, I fear the Library of Alexandria may be burned straight to the ground. I'm guessing that has a lot of important documents in it for history, and I believe that too. There's a lot of burning down, destroying of our history recently, and it's funny. Even if like people who disagree with history, it's funny. It's like, oh, history happened. I don't like what happened 100 years ago, so I'm going to burn everything down now because it represents what happened. You're doing the wrong thing. I don't care how shitty something is, or that's a reminder of us to not do it again. It's not necessarily, let me say, like putting these people on a pedestal, literal or figuratively. But when we take away our history and we try to burn books and burn monuments, break down monuments, and forget where we came from, that's what they want, I think. I think that's what a lot of people want. But they also don't want to let go of history. They want to burn it down at the same time. Hey, your ancestors from fucking 4 generations ago owe us money, so pay up, bitch. You know, fuck off. You know what I mean? It's so stupid. Forget about history at the same time. Pay up, bitch. Fuck off. I ain't paying nobody. I'm not getting on my knees for nobody. Oh, y'all are bosses here tonight, and I like you. Let's go into some more stuff here. Actually, let's get through some more chat real quick before then. The chat is lighting up right now. What? Like Christmas tree. Swain says safety and security will always be the creed of tyrants. Never stressed that in the federal indoctrination camps. No history of our founders. No local history connecting us from our heritage. Absolutely. He says, personally, it feels so obviously intentional the more I learn. It does. It really seems like, and it is, allegedly. That's what they're doing. They want to break us down. They want to put us into this. You've heard it, and nothing against. I'm a very white person. That doesn't mean that I'm racist or anything like that. But I'm a very white person. And when I see that they're trying to make everyone the same person and not have anyone be able to disagree, that's childish. Like, oh, you're a different skin color than me? I don't like it. Fuck, you're a fucking idiot. What the fuck's wrong with you? Like, and then now they're trying to make us all the same person. I'm talking generations, decades down the line. It's their goal, though. They want everyone to be like the same kind of race and everything. That way they can control easier. Because when you got people divided, I mean, it's easier to control that way, but it's easier to control people when they're on the same page. You got everyone as a SLA, you know, for you. And that's like I said, probably a few decades down the line, but it's what they're shooting for, especially when you look at stuff like the Georgia Guidestones, depopulation, eugenics, everything like that. It's we're not in a good place right now in the world. I woke up a couple weeks ago, personal story right here. I woke up probably about a week and a half ago. I don't know what hit me, but I just woke up in my bed and I was like, shit, we're fucked. I don't know what to do anymore. Like, we don't have many options. We don't have any real power. And what happens is either a lie or it's to control us more. And that was a scary feeling. I still kind of have that a little bit, just in the back of my heart and the back of my mind. It's not terrifying me at the moment, but I still feel it. It's kind of a weird sensation. My gut instinct is normally not wrong, but I hope it is this time, because I just see the world. I hate to be that guy. Doomsday prep. Yeah, the world's falling apart. The sky's falling. I don't want to be that guy. But what I'm saying is I get this feeling that things aren't good. They're not real. This isn't the life we're meant to live or to lead at all. Back to the chat here. Barb says she wants to see Joe Rogan put a light bulb in his mouth and light it up like Uncle Fester. He looked so Uncle Fester. Am I wrong? He looked like Uncle Fester. The bald, the black, Uncle Fester. Shane says Howard Stern is a lib, so it's okay for him to. Yeah, Howard Stern, he's kind of a piece of shit. Mitch says, yeah, he won't be canceled, but he's in blackface. It's kind of funny. A lot of these people, I'm not sure in particular who you're talking about, but you can literally name most liberals in the media today, and then you can find a picture of them in blackface. Most of them. We got Trudeau, we got Jimmy Kimmel, Sarah Silverman, Joni Mitchell, tons and tons, and they're the ones pointing the fingers. Don't look at that. Don't look at the old pictures. Don't cancel me over the shit that I did. It was way worse than what Joe Rogan did. No, don't look at that. I'm a good person. I'm leaving Spotify. I'm against Joe Rogan. They're owned. They're part of the system. They're paid because they're not making money off shit anymore. No one gives a shit about Neil Young or Joni Mitchell. No one fucking listens to that bullshit anymore unless you're old. And they're trying to kill you off with freaking jabs and shit now and diseases. So trying to make their money the last little bit they can right now. I believe. Hiveless B, I don't think I've seen you around. Welcome to Hoffcast. He says, hello, good folk. Yeah, a lot of great people here. It's a good community we got going on here. I really love the people who watch Hoffcast. Cheers to all you bosses. Thanks for watching tonight. Hate to do it again, but if you're watching, you ain't subbed and you ain't giving me the thumbs up, please do. It helps me out so much. It really helps me out. And I appreciate it more than you know. Hoffcast, we're going places, babies. Bosses, we're going places here. Hive says, Klaus Schwab is the Wizard of Oz. You're probably right there, my man, or lady. I don't know. You might be man or lady. Don't want to mean offense. I've had it happen a couple of times. So you're right. Hive says, I say allegedly a lot. Me and you both do. He says, Q is Operation Trust, a PSYOP. That's what I don't know if it's a PSYOP. I think Q might have started out, in my personal opinion. Q might have started out as a good thing and was taken over because it became so powerful and so influential. That's my personal opinion. And that's where the truth because when Q first started, there was a lot of truth there. A lot of stuff that the conspiracy people were saying, they were stealing and they were making good light of it. And then we have, it's anonymous. So you don't know who the fuck's saying the shit. They come in there and they twist it. They arrange it to whatever they want it to be. And that's where you have the issue where they took the truth and made it inaccessible to people by calling Q such a alt-right kind of conspiracy crazy realm. And like I said before, some of these people are, but Q did steal a lot from the community that I'm in. And I hate that because it discredits everything that we're talking about because you lump it all into either conspiracy theorists or Q, one or the other. And I hate that. Mitz says, I'm going to crack a beer with you now. Hey, cheers, Mitz. Cheers. Oh, this is an interesting one right here. Hive says, Alex J is his dad, allegedly. Well, can you get him on Hoffcast? Can you get him on Hoffcast for me? That'd help me out a little bit, and it'd be the best day of my life. If he's your dad, I'd love that. Yeah, just push him and tell AJ about Hoffcast.com. Go there, contact me, and we'll set it up. LaSween says, Jones is my truth daddy. I always admire him too, but daddy's still sold out. I agree. But I don't think it's 100% selling out because he still brings the freaking fire every day. He brings that crap. I really like Owen from the War Zone. Owen Schroyer. I think he's phenomenal. Great sense of humor. Hype says, Alice Sween, Daddy won't admit Earth is not a spinning ball. Okay, I'm not getting into that right now. I know a lot of I'm not against that, by the way. I just don't know. I can't be in space. Barbara says AJ is a meatball. He looks like one. Yeah. Guy's been through a lot of shit, it looks like. Shane says AJ needs to smoke some dope and call him. Absolutely. The guy's an alcoholic. Not one to throw stones in a glass house. Cheers. But he is an alcoholic. But I agree. I think maybe you should smoke a little ganj and chill out a little bit. But at the same time, that's how he got his following, right? Is by being this crazy, bombastic, over the top guy. You know, that's how he gets his point across. You can't. Okay, I watched Days of Noah. Great show. Days of Noah is a very calm guy. He says similar things, but he does it in a very calm, very gentle voice. He never really gets worked up, kind of like this. He's just like, this is what's going on, and things are crazy right now. And then Alex Jones are like, this is what's going on. Things are crazy right now. To turn the freaking frogs gay. And then you see like the difference in when it comes to someone whose mind is more adept to seeing something and reacting to it impulsively. When you see Alex, that's definitely going to hit you harder. But when you're more introspective and you got that kind of more calmer mind or whatever, you want to see someone like Days of Noah, great show, by the way. If you haven't watched him, watch him. You get that more calming sense. You don't feel as agitated or worked up or anything like that. And I think that's the appeal of both. It's getting the message across, but it's different ways. It appeals to different people. I don't know how I come across to anyone. Hopefully good. I appreciate you all being here tonight. This is my biggest stream yet. So thanks for being here, all you bosses tonight. Love you all. Cheers to you. Biggest stream on Hoffcast yet. Thank you so much. Hive says they're making the freaking meatballs. Oh, yeah. Hive says UK media reports of heart disease epidemic over the horizon. Depop shot, give it 5 years. It's kind of something I wanted to bring up tonight. I don't know if I can even talk about it. You guys heard about SPARS? The SPARS plan. I don't know if I can bring it up or not. I think that could probably get me in trouble, but I would maybe I can bring up a quick article on it here. I haven't heard about the SPARS. It's freaking crazy. LaSween says, facts, brother Hoff. What happens every day is a gift. Don't ignore it, but don't be overwhelmed by the rift. Have a booster with me as a gift. Cheers to you, bro. I've been going on for a minute here. I'm gonna be on for a little bit longer, but I will do an after party, after show tonight, once the stream is over for sure. So if you do want to come backstage and chat with old Hoff here, I will put the invite up here in just a little while. I love talking with you all face to face. It's good stuff. What's we got here? LaSween says, through the BS we shall sift. For as long as we exist, we shall persist. Amen, brother. Amen. Let's do it. Hive says, Killary did it. Whoa, I didn't know that. Really? I did not know that. I mean, it makes sense, of course. That's totally plausible and absolutely probably something that happened. Can I look it up? Will it come up if I look it up? I'm searching it right now. I want to see. I haven't seen this. I feel bad every time I type this stuff in. See if we can find this. Oh, there it is. Oh my gosh. We did. Let's show it. Let's show it here. Oh, wow. Okay. It seems to be a running theme, huh? Allegedly, that's her, right? It says it claims it is. They fact check it, of course. I don't know if that's her or not. It's probably. It seems to be a running theme when it comes to these people. The people are the least racist, covering their own asses, and they want to cancel everyone who is not racist or anything like that. It's an inversion. It's completely what they're doing. LaSween says, of course, Clinton did it. Bill was short of I can't read that, but that's I agree with that. Shane says, "Why are we timing people out? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not trying to time people out. If that's something that's going on my stream, I apologize. That's something YouTube's doing, not Hoff here. I have no control of that. Unless I do, let me know how I can control it. But I don't think I'm timing people out. Unless maybe you mean it by something different than my show. Maybe you mean canceling people. Sorry, Shane. Swing says Q was BS from day one. CAA all the way. I don't know, man. I don't trust any of these organizations. All right. Let's do some more stuff here. I've been in the chat for a minute. Thank you all bosses for being here. You all are freaking awesome. Take a look at this sparse thing. I don't know if I can talk about it too much. This is basically if you haven't heard about the spars, this is a written up. It's like a guideline for what would happen if there were a an issue with disease in the future from the years 2025 to 2028 or 2030. This is from March 5th, 2020, by the way, this PDF. And what this is about is, if you read through this stuff and you understand what's going on here, this spars thing that I'm talking about right now is not about what's going to happen from 2025 to 2030. It's about what's happening right now. It's an allegory. It's what's happening right now. So I'm not going to read through all this because it's many pages, but to just give you an idea of what's going on, their plan from 2025 to 2030 is what's happening now. And it says, introduction, effective communication about medical countermeasures, including drugs, devices, and biologics, is often critical in emergency situations. Have we heard that before? Such communication, however, does not just happen. It must be planned and prepared for. Oh, shit. Really? I couldn't tell. One mechanism to develop communication strategies is through the use of prospective scenarios, which allow readers the opportunity to rehearse responses, while also weighing the implications of their actions. It's a plan. It's a big plan. The article describes the development of such a scenario. The SPARS planned 2025, 2028. It'd be 2030 probably. Steps in this process include deciding on a time frame, identifying likely critical uncertainties, and then using this framework to construct a storyline. This is so effed up. Covering both the response and recovery phases of a fictional emergency event. It doesn't seem so fictional anymore, does it? Lessons learned from the scenario development and how the scenario can be used to improve communication are also discussed. So they wrote this plan up. I'm so bad at this. I always leave comments up so much. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love the comments. I leave them up. I love reading the comments, but sometimes I leave them up while I'm doing stuff. The spar stuff going on right here. This is it's when they say plan demic, that's what they're talking about. Event 201. If you're not familiar with Event 201, you should be. It's what happened in October of 2019 before all this stuff came out. It was funded by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. This is all a big plan. It's all a big ploy. It's a plot. It's scary. I'm not gonna lie, man. It's scary, but that's why I do what I do. I want people to know what's going on. I know you guys know. So I'm gonna ask you here. Hoff here is gonna ask you the last step. All right. If you're already a boss, you've already liked the show, and you already subscribed to my channel, share it. let people know what's going on. And I do clips, I try these clips. I try to edit and make them cool and build more context to them than I might do in my show, make them a little bit more cohesive and concise. But I appreciate you all being here. And if you like what I'm doing, nothing would make me happier than if you do those things for me. Just share, like, subscribe. I'm not even going to beg tonight. I'm just asking you. I'm just asking you as a person who needs it. So here's some crazy stuff here. We got to watch out for what's going on with we talked about earlier with Russia, Ukraine, and whatnot. This is from a couple days ago, 2 days ago. It says U.S. troops arrive in Kiev. China backs Russia as tensions build. Holy crap.
Tensions with Russia over Ukraine, Vladimir Putin getting support from China's president as U.S. troops arrive in Eastern Europe. ABC's Patrick Reevil is on the ground in Kiev with the latest. Patrick, good morning.
Good morning, Whit. Yes, Russia and China projecting a united front in a meeting yesterday around the Olympics. And today, Poland is getting ready to receive more of the 1,700 U.S. paratroopers heading there, most of whom will start arriving from Sunday.
In the snow in western Ukraine, American soldiers training with Ukrainian troops, members of Florida's National Guard showing them the ropes with US-supplied weapons. These bunker-busting rockets, part of the Biden administration's efforts to reinforce Ukraine amid fears of Russian invasion. The world is still waiting for Vladimir Putin to see what he will do with the tens of thousands of Russian troops massed on Ukraine's borders. Putin on Friday in Beijing to watch the opening of the Winter Olympics. But the main event for him, a meeting with China's President Xi Jinping, the two making a show of togetherness amid the tensions with the West. They released a joint statement afterwards backing Russia's demand for security guarantees that NATO will not expand. Back in Washington, Secretary of State Anthony Blinken continuing a U.S. push to deter Russia.
We're also here at a time of real concern for European security.
Blinken meeting with Poland's foreign minister hours after paratroopers from the 82nd Airborne touched down in the country. The first of 3,000 U.S. troops dispatched by President Biden to Europe to reassure NATO's eastern flank. But in Ukraine, officials are
pushing
still
hard.
They don't believe a Russian attack
And we don't
is
know
imminent.
why.
At
We don't.
Special Forces
Can
drills
someone in
near
the chat give me the
Chernobyl
reason
nuclear power plant, Ukraine's defense minister speaking
why
with
this is
reporters,
happening? Because
saying
I don't
that
know.
for
I just
now,
know.
the number of Russian forces to the north in Belarus is not enough
It
for
seems
an invasion.
ironic.
Ukrainian officials are continuing to insist Russia is not yet in position to launch an attack.
Russia
is still continuing to build up forces while they remain there. It's hard to see this crisis ending
assets
quickly.
in Ukraine
Eva.
for the Brandon administration
thank
at
you.
all. That's for sure. That's what.
Hi, everyone. George
they're not trying to
Stephanopoulos here.
protect
Thanks for
that.
checking out the-
Who knows what's there? In the chat why they're trying to do this. I don't know. I've never been given a real reason. Relations aren't right or some shit like that. I don't know. I just know it's happening. Let me get to the chat. I love the chat so much. You guys make my night. Hype says, who timed me out? What's the rules? I don't know. I don't time people out. I don't do that. I only block certain people, and actually not certain people, a certain person who harasses me. There's one person who I block here. Everyone else is welcome. There's only one person that I don't want here. So I don't know how the timeout stuff works. I will try to learn to try to make this a better experience for you all. I apologize if there's an issue with that. I don't know. I don't even know what that is. LaSween says 9/11 War Games by James Corbett. We get a lot of big James Corbett guy here. It's a deep dive on a lot of the simulations and test runs and events on event 201, SPARS, and our government wastes our taxpayer money on. Absolutely. Speaking of wasting taxpayer money, $30 million going to crack pipes. $30 million taxpayer money going to crack pipes. That's great. I see here. I'm sorry if I missed anyone. I'm just kind of scrolling through here. Hive says Event 201 about the same time they killed the off carry. Yeah, I can't say that name. I can't say that name because I did a video about him and that got me a strike in a few months back. So, but yeah, you're 100% right on that, Hive. Allegedly. LaSween says, I always add your shows to my playlist and Facts Hive, Event 201. So I need to look at Hive. I need to look at his channel. I'm glad to meet you tonight. That's good stuff. Hive says, exactly, would have been everywhere trying to call the halt. You all freaking get it. You all are bosses. That's for sure. Barb says, I don't think Russia is planning to attack. That's what I think. You know, like it seems like it's all this defense kind of mechanism, and I don't really hear a whole lot about like, I think someone in Russia said that the first time they heard about this was from an American news organization. They're like, oh, we never heard about this here in Russia. Maybe that's a Russian problem. I don't know. Sween says it's a big distraction. Russia and the U.S. are beholden to the same lobbies and same bankers. This drum up tensions to justify the new weapons and mechanisms of control for the public. I agree with that too. I don't think any of these. I think there's a lot of things that factor into this. I don't think it's any just one particular thing that factors in to what is happening with control and what we're against. I think it's many reasons, and they finally figured out ways through the internet, social media, and fear mongering to basically delve into the normal person or NPC's senses or lack thereof and completely manipulate them and annihilate who they are from the inside out to be a controlled sheep. I hate to use the word sheep. I do. It's all, but you know what I'm saying. Sween says, look how Russia responded to core. You know exactly what team they play for. It's a big scam. 2D warmongering on a 3D plane. 4D chess, bro. Oh, he was talking about me. Oh, about my shit. Oh, thanks, man. But I do want to look up Hive. I do want to learn more about Hive for sure. I just I always assume that it's not me. It's a safe way to play it, you know. Hive says we have very similar channels. Taking a break for a few weeks. When you come on anytime, if you're talking to me, great. Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to have you on if we get to know each other a little bit better, for sure. LaSween says the 2D perspective, though, is that this is literally the same situation as the Cuban Missile Crisis, but in reverse. We're the clear-cut aggressors. Yes. Yeah. It's the missile crisis that wasn't a crisis. Absolutely. So we're at midnight now. I still have a few things to talk about, and I still got UFOs. So let's get to the show. I ain't done yet, ladies and gentlemen. Hoff ain't done yet. He had a big show planned tonight, and he's going to do it. And he's still talking in third person for some reason, because he's an idiot. Let's check this one out. Quick video here. I'm gonna do a couple more things. Do some UFO videos, and then we'll go to the after show. So I'm gonna wrap this up in probably next 10-15 for sure. I like to see this though. Globalists' fear is happening. More people are rising up. This time, a freedom convoy against rules in Helsinki, Finland goes for miles. And this is happening all over. They don't want to talk about it. Now they're trying to make it out. People are talking about it, and then they're trying to make it out to be like, you're the bad guys, you know. Kamaru Fresh, thanks for being here. Says drop the StreamYard in the chat. Will do soon. I'm about to put some UFO videos on and put the invite in. If you guys want to come backstage, that'd be awesome. Look at all these people, dude. It's happening all over the world. Finland, I like Finland. It seems like a cool place. The Finnish people, they seem, they're never involved in any kind of crap. They just kind of mind their own business. But now it's happening to everyone. They don't want to put this stuff out on the news. They don't want to put it in the mainstream media. They don't want you to know that people are rising up, standing up against the regime, the tyranny. So yeah, I'm just glad to see that so many people throughout the world are rising up and actually taking notice of what's happening. I feel like the red pill is almost being more effective than fluoride in the water right now. I'm so glad to see it. We have to have this happen. If not, we are doomed. We're straight up doomed. And maybe if you're like a biblical person or something, I believe I'm a spiritual person myself, but if maybe believe this is the end days, I don't want this to be the end days. I think we can win. I don't think we need to have this era of our lives be revelations in the Bible or whatever. I think that we can win against all this crap. I truly believe so, especially when I see so many people standing up. It breaks my heart when I see the elites, the media, the tyranny come down on it and twist it and make it a lie or make it like some kind of false narrative. It's a racist, Nazis, hatred. Every time someone tries to stand up against the government, that's what it is. And that's how you know that they're playing us hard. So they got no other grounds to stand on other than put someone in the crowd that you paid to put in the crowd who has a Nazi or a swastika flag, Confederate flag out there. Allegedly. That's all you can do is to just pay someone to go out there and stand out there and take a picture of it and be like, oh, this is a racist organization. It should be completely defunded. We should put it down. They're terrible people. All of them are hateful people. They're not in it for us. That's what Turdeau's saying anyway. When you look at this, when it comes to like all these wars we're coming into, whatnot, which I believe we are, I hate to say it. 4 years with Trump, everyone said Trump's going to get into wars. No wars. Pulled out of wars, made peace in a lot of countries. And then as soon as we get Brandon in office, a year later, here we go. Right? And look at this. Look at this. Look at this crypt keeper right here. Tales from the crypt. Crooked Nancy Pelosi tells U.S. Olympic athletes not to speak out against her. Chinese puppet masters. This is scary. I hate Nancy Pelosi, drunk bitch. Who knows if she's even real? She might be wearing like one of those masks or something. Her eyebrows. She's got 18 eyebrows.
I would say to our athletes, you're there to compete. Do not risk incurring the anger of the Chinese government because they are ruthless. I know there is a temptation on the part of some to speak out while they are there. I respect that, but I also worry about what the Chinese government might do to their reputations, to their families.
Why don't you say that when LeBron James steps on the fucking court?
I would say to our athletes,
why don't you say this when LeBron James gets on the court?
Compete. Do not risk incurring the anger of the Chinese government.
Because he's for China. That's why. Because LeBron James all the way up China's asshole. Xi Jinping, he's like, hey, you play for me now. You don't play for the Lakers or whoever the fuck basketball team play. Play for China now. I'm going to tell you what to say. People called him out. LeBron James, piece of shit. Big piece of shit. I don't care how good he is at throwing a basketball into a hoop. He's a fucking idiot. Piece of shit. Oh, he read 2 chapters of Malcolm X's book. Not even that. I think he read 2 sentences. All right, let's do this. Let's get into a couple UFO videos. It's been a great night tonight. Let's start to wrap it up a little bit here. I saw this one. I'm gonna play one that I've actually
Ready
seen
to start
first.
eating healthy?
No ads.
Meat.
No ads. I gotta stop sharing that until I get it back up here after the ad. They charge me for their ads. I'm advertising for free. I show ad out on Hoffcast, and they're like, "Hey, copyright claim, bitch." So I don't want to show the ads. Here we go. Mavi777. I saw this one. This is a weird one right here. It's not really a UFO, but it's weird. It's like, it's very detailed. It's very crisp for a video like this. No, I'm not even showing it. Damn it. Here we go. Look at this thing. Let me restart a little bit here. So, like, a lot of people think there's like humanoid creatures flying through the air. This is weird, man. The thing about this one is how crisp it is. It's so weird looking. It looks like it's got dreads all over its body. Yeah, dreadlocks. I don't know if it does or not. It's floating there. It could be balloons. You know, it could be a weird balloon from a Satanist adreno party or something that just they let go of the string and it floated up there. That's weird, man. Very crisp. A lot of these things, they're very easily to detect the CGI and whatnot, but that's a weird looking one right there. Let's see what else we got from Mobby here. If you haven't subscribed or gone to their channel, go to Mobby. They got good stuff on there. Oh, I like a good classic UFO. Nothing I like more than that. Oh, here we go. Yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about right there. Good old classic UFO footage. Kind of got like a distinct shape to it. You can see another one kind of away from it there.
Okay, what the fuck is this thing? There's an airplane next to it. What the fuck?
Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, is it connected? Is it a kite or something? What's going on here? I think that's a kite. I'm skeptical, half skeptical, but I love UFOs. But I'll tell you when one is BS. When I tell you I don't like what I'm seeing. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that it's real, but I like looking at them. Look at this. Let's see this here. Strange thing in Tennessee sky and a UFO in Florida on January 5th. That's an interesting picture. It looks like hell on earth. Do this a little bit. It's just a picture. Ads, no. Detriment of my channel right there. Can't be doing that. Bane of my existence. I'm about to throw the invite in the chat here, by the way. I'm wrapping up Hoffcast. Here we go. Let's watch this. Get it back up here. Let's see this here. Let's rewind. Look at that purple, man. That's not something you see normally when you're driving down the road. Look at the horizon, man. It's so wide. Wonder what's causing that light.
I ain't never seen the sky look purple before. I'm not sure if I'm gonna tell. I should be able to.
It's kind of beautiful there. That's why I love stuff in the sky, like the aurora borealis and whatnot. It's beautiful stuff in the sky. The sky is beautiful on its own. Let's see what this one says. There's a portal in the Arkansas sky. Put that link out there for you guys here. Hive says, you want to be a mod? I'll give you a wrench. There you go, Hive. You are now a moderator. Do good work, my man, my boy, or my. I don't know what you can be a lady. I thought I would only have males watching my channel, but that's not the case. So I can't always say, hey, bud, hey, bro, hey, dude. You know, if you are a guy. So look at this. This is some crazy pictures right here. That's beautiful. It kind of looks like an eye, a little bit like an all-seeing eye of some sorts or whatnot. Oh, let's look at this.
Different dimensions.
Oh,
or something. Yeah, it's
like
got to be.
this.
There was police, army men. That's not a jet, Papa. Thank you, Lord. Please bless that. Double portion. I'm moving.
Blurry.
I'm moving, sure. Cameron. We're not just sitting still. We're not going fast.
You don't see the blinking lights. It doesn't really look like a plane. It's got a weird shape to it.
I mean, I've seen all kinds of not jets. Nobody here looks up. And that 5G tree that I'm going to do post on, it's a 6G tree. I mean, it's got building on top, and it's got people all over working on it. And all these gizmos that aren't for 5G, they don't need that for 5G.
Skies. You
That's so trippy, Papa.
There. I've seen some weird
full
stuff.
zoom.
I have. And like I said, I'm skeptical as can be. So the couple times I saw some weird stuff, I was like, I know it. Because I've all the time I look up in the sky. I'm like, hey, what's that light up there? And then I look at it. I'm like, oh, that's this or that. And I know it. No, that's a plane or it's a satellite or something, maybe. And the times that I have had incidents, I was like, oh, whoa. I ain't never seen anything like that before. Holy crap. I got nothing to compare it to. Really? You know? We'll do one more video here. I'm going to wrap up. The invite is in the chat if you want to come backstage. No ads. We'll do that. So I got Mitz backstage already. Mitz, we'll get to you as soon as the show is over. Thanks for being here. Thank you so much. Can't wait to talk to you. It's just beautiful. I don't care what it is. It's to me it's cool looking. You know what I mean? And maybe I'm ignorant for thinking that, but I am skeptical, so. That's similar to something I saw one time. Actually, both the times that I saw that I was like, actually, probably about 4 or 5 times I've seen some crazy stuff. 2 times I was sure of it. Very similar. You see these bright lights, some of them fade in, some of them fade out, but they are in the same, kind of the same formation. All right, I'm going to put that on in the background. We'll go through the chat. I want to wrap up. It's already after midnight. Wow, what a great show tonight. What a great show. Wow. Thank you all for being here. Let's see what we got. Shane says, we got our troops out of Afghan just to send them to Europe. Fucking idiot, Brand. Not wrong. We didn't get them all out of Afghanistan, though, unfortunately. Hive says, hidden in plain sight, classic cult. That's it. A cult is the hidden. And they feel like they have to tell us what they're doing. And those are old ones. Let's get some stuff here. Swing says, Tales from the Chipped over here. The only thing keeping it on Earth is that Elon Musk chip talking about Pelosi. Same here. Shane says, senile Nancy can't shut the fuck up. It's her job. Her job is to get drunk and talk, have mimosas until you got to go out there. And then you got to paint on about, I don't know, 4 eyebrows above every eyebrow that you have on your face. Get some plastic surgery. Tie it all the way back, or just put on a mask if you're a lizard person. That's Nancy Pelosi. Listening says, based on this, I feel like LeBron has the same reading level as Mayweather. Yeah, you're probably right. Athletes, you know, as I was saying earlier, like that woman who said you're not smart enough to make it in sports. Like you're not even smart enough to make it. You can't even get a sports scholarship. It's not true. You can be smart and play sports. Don't get me wrong, but you can also be dumb as fuck and play sports. Proven time and time again. And I hate when they try to make athletes out to be some kind of freaking philosophers or philanthropists or spokespeople or like they're right. It's so I don't care what side you're on. I don't care. Aaron Rodgers, I don't care. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, it's not your job, you know. Shane says he couldn't read a page out of a Harry Potter book. LeBron, that's true, man. That's true. Hive says there's a network of like channels over my neck of the woods. If you fancy a similar show to this one, but in the form of an alt breakfast show, check out plug here. I'll plug you. You've been good in my chat tonight. I'll plug you, Hive. Go to Wagon Breath 11.3 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. You can watch Hive. I cannot be there. I'm sorry. I got to work in the mornings. I'm sorry, Hive, but if you would like to come backstage tonight, I got a bunch of people in the chat backstage. I got to wrap this up soon. I'm sorry. Let's get to it. I'm sorry to keep you all waiting back there. I'll be done soon. I'm sorry. What's being said, lollipop in the sky is wild for sure. Barb, yes, you can have a wrench. I will get you a wrench, Barb, for sure. Because I didn't know. I had my issues with people, and when someone calls me good looking, I don't believe them. Let me just say that. I'm not a vain kind of guy. But now, Barb, you got your wrench. All right. I feel like we've taken care of all the important parts tonight. So let me wrap this up, and then we're going to get to the after party, and it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. So let me just plug one more time here. Hoffcast.com. I'm bringing it up real quick. You guys are so patient. I'm sorry that I'm taking forever. Go to Hoffcast.com. This is where you can keep up to date with everything that Hoff here is doing with his streams and his videos and content. Tuesdays, 8:30 every week, as long as I don't get Steve right too. And you'll find that out here at Hoff Direct and under Hoff Direct this Thursday, 2 days from now. Special guest, Real Cosmology. I'm looking forward to it so much. It's going to be a good time. The rest of the channel, our page here is for you to discover and have fun with. So thank you all for being here tonight. Once again, if you haven't, please give me the thumbs up, subscribe. I appreciate it more than you freaking know. It helps me out so much. And this was, let me tell you all watching here right now, this Hoffcast was the best Hoffcast that has been done yet. Thank you all so freaking much. It was amazing. It was amazing. Barry, yes. I'm so glad to have you. Shane says, another good show, brother, man. See you at work tomorrow. I'll see you. All right. Hive says, great show. Hive, I hope to see you around. Keep in touch. You can contact me through my social media or my email address I try to drop. So thank you all so much. It was the best show I've ever had. Hands down, best freaking show I've ever had. And I will see you all on Thursday with my boy, Real Cosmology. It's going to be a great freaking time. So all of you take care of yourselves. Don't take any wooden nickels. All right? Hoff, set it off.